for all of you Dota pub players, so do remember to check that out and use the discount code CDOTA10 whenever you make a purchase.
All right, folks, looks like the game is almost ready. I'm going to ask a stupid question. Who do you think's going to win?
Who do you think's going to win?
Based off of not the draft, like just off of skill alone.
Man.
You're making us look very biased here, but...
No, I
T1
just...
fans not going to be happy with me. I honestly, I think Geek Fam's going to take this, but it's not going to be easy.
No.
I think Geek Fam...
5 seconds remaining.
Geek Fam,
Don't look at the draft.
Too late, I'm already looking at the draft.
Yeah, I think
Any
Geek Fam...
Furion,
fine.
Rubik.
Just block out the noise. But yeah, I feel like if you just look at statistics and history, Geek Fam definitely is the stronger team. But I'm not taking anything away from T1. You know, just based on his performance itself, I think Geek Fam has the edge over T1.
That's fair enough.
Very cool. This is a super early Rubik pick.
Arthur, I asked for predictions. I asked.
So I have to answer that before I proceed to anything.
Yeah, I'll take care of
Look,
it.
if you could just tell me what your prediction is, and then we can just go into the draft.
All right, Geek Fam 2-0.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that was that was quick.
I think
That was very decisive, right?
very
That was,
decisive.
super decisive. You know,
10 seconds remaining.
but I think a lot of fans would agree as well. Either 2-1 or 2-0.
Remaining.
T1 has a lot of pressure. T1 fans, they are looking at T1 right now, and I mean, yesterday when the poll between T1 and Neon Esports came out, I think last I checked was what, 70% to 30% in favor of T1. T1 really proved that, but this time it's an uphill battle for them. They're opening up with the Ogre, Magi, and the Rubik. You don't see this opening every time, but I think Geek Fam is a strong one. You have the Nature's Prophet and the Tiny.
Yeah, I feel like Geek Fam has gotten the two most aggressive hero right now in this current meta.
Radiant
Tiny, of
team
course,
back.
whenever you hit the... even before you hit the dagger timing, you can always be really aggressive with the toss back and, of course, the Nature's Prophet as well. One thing that I dislike it is that when you switch the Nature's Prophet to Pulse 5, it really does seem really underwhelming. So I hope do that, but T1 right now, they have this opportunity to kind of pick heroes that are good against the Prophet and try to force that to the Pulse 5. I think it will be a super big win for them.
Yeah, but we've seen Geek Fam play the White Mon Prophet, I think 2 times. He lost both his games. So far, no luck on the support Nature's Prophet.
Honestly, I haven't seen any victory from a Pulse 5 Furon yet. Even Marsh played one game too, and it was super underwhelming.
Well, I think we had this discussion, right? One of the best ways to deal with the core Prophet is to force it into that support role, right? Because support Prophet, what do you really expect from that support Prophet?
Not really. He'll take away all the resources on the map, because what else is he going to do, right? So when you're running into a disadvantage match, this hero just doesn't do anything but takes away all the farm.
Yeah, and normally you play Prophet because you want to play fast, right? You want to utilize the teleportation, you want to utilize the Wrath of Nature across the map, and you hit your okay timing, and then you start ganking, creating pressure around the map.
And his laning stage is pretty decent too, right? You can harass with the Treants, he's quite difficult to gank, so...
Yeah, to be fair to the support Nature's Prophet, Adroit made it work. Boomy played the Prophet for yesterday.
Well, that's Boomy though. I feel like that's the Boomy factor, isn't it?
Well, it's more of how I think Adroit understood how to make this work, right? The core difference we saw with the Boomy support Prophet is, as compared to Whitemon and March, is that the team was able to back him up. Right? They make a play around the map, Boomy shows up, pushes the tower, and then he falls back into the jungle. I think that's the biggest difference. But you rely on your team a lot to make that happen. You are not the enabler, but you are the one who kind of complements your teammates who create the space for you.
Right. We have talked a lot about the Furon, and Geek Fam is going to proceed with the co-op. And T1 immediately responding with the Puck, so we might very well seeing this Puck versus co-op on mid lane, the El Clasico.
Yeah. And it's probably going to be one of their core... obviously, it's going to be a core hero next. This is a very weird draft from T1 because we're so used to seeing them play the T1 way, but this doesn't feel like a T1 kind of draft.
I mean, T1, they can go crazy, they can go
because up until this point, right, they have been dead set on picking up one of their carries in that second pick role, right, to fall back to those 3 bans, but they're holding it for their last 2 picks.
Yeah, I think T1, they most of the times they will pick that off laner in that second phase. But they want to see what Geek Fam brings out first, right? Geek Fam revealed the Tiny and Prophet and then the Quap. So thankfully, T1 didn't just pick the post 1 because this Disruptor would catch them by surprise. But either way, Disruptor is a good hero against this Puck. If you catch him in the Static Storm, he's pretty much dead. So both teams are kind of responding to each other's pick. And T1 right now, they're probably looking at the Miracle Hero. You want to pick that post one right now. They don't have the last pick, so it doesn't matter too much. There we go, the AM for Miracle.
Wow, he is really picking AM into Disruptor Furon lineup. I think this really fits into Geek Fam's what they want to do. Geek Fam want to play fast right now. They want to be punishing T1. And T1 just picked the perfect lineup for them to punish. Unless they can get out of the laning phase and drag this game towards 30 or 40 minutes. I think there's a very good chance for them to work, especially right now. You are seeing games becoming slower and slower, like what Winter has been saying. I think especially we are coming to this lower bracket elimination match. Teams are going to approach games in a more secure way.
I don't know though, because we've seen Geek Fam play fast when they want to, right? And I think especially after seeing this anti-mage, look at their heroes so far. Lots of early game aggression.
Yeah, they have two heroes that can buy the Orchid. And of course, one of the ways to deal with the Orchid is to rush the Manta Star. We've seen it a couple of times where heroes like PL rushed Manta before Diffusal. Anti-Mage can also go for the Manta first, but it's not the best hero to do that. You need the Battle Fury to really speed up your timing. If you get forced to that early Manta, T1 will have to extend the game by another like 15 minutes. And
this is why laning phase is so important for T1, because Anti-Mage needs to have this perfect laning phase for him to get 14 to 15 minute Battle Fury timing and go for that and proceed to that 20-minute Manta style timing. But Geek Fam, knowing that they are already seeing this Anti-Mage, so they are not going to do that and give T1 such a good laning phase. I think for Geek Fam, Kuku's heroes most of the time will be on the last one. I think heroes like Slada could be so good to punish the anti-mage too, especially you are running such a high physical lineup. And we all know that Kuku does love that Slada on himself. Especially right now you are facing against the Sand King.
Oh yeah, I like the Underlord ban from Geek Fam. I was actually thinking of that for T1. I think Foray played the Underlord in his elimination match and he did fantastic in that game as well. But it's fine. T1, they had the Sand King up their sleeves. It's also a hero that received a huge buff for the Caustic Finale. And Bog also played the Sand King, and it kind of worked wonders as well. It was against Geek Fam, ironically. So Geek Fam right now, probably it's going to be a Kuku hero. Kuku can still play the Nature's Prophet and they pick up a Raven hero right now, but I think you want to have that offlaner right now to secure that lane. You've already seen this AM. I think Legion Commander is still a decent pick for Geek Fam if they want to go for it.
Yeah, Sand King plays a really big role in T1's draft right now. He not only has to be the initiator, he also needs to be the tower defender as well with the Sandstorm. So not only your anti-mage needs to have a good lane, your Sand King also has to get a good lane for himself too. And of course, Geek Fam, if they want to put this Furon on Raven, they are going really one-dimensional because you are not winning the late game with a Furon against anti-mage.
Yeah.
You are going to play on the clock, so we'll see what approach Geek Fam is going to do with this very last pick.
Well, it's time to find out. They're running out of time. They've got 8 seconds left. Geek Fam, how do they finalize this draft?
I'm gonna go for a cookout.
They're going for Ursa. All right, we're going for a fast game, folks.
Fast and Furious Fuzzy Wuzzy in the house. Ursa did receive a slight nerf, but it's still not too bad, right? They just nerfed his ability to kind of fight more, I would say, not as frequently as he could. He's not that strong early on, but
Ursa is a very good hero for you to get a strong laning phase.
Oh yeah.
As we all say, the biggest winners for T1 is the laning phase. If your Ursa is able to take off and destroy Sand King needs to go back to recovery mode and anti-mage needs to farm as well. And all of a sudden, T1's mid game becomes a 3 versus 5.
So what are the lanes here for Geek Fam? Because of course they want to win their lanes. What lanes are they going to be looking to dominate?
You want to dominate the side lanes, right? I think at least one of the side lanes. I don't know if they want to kind of dodge the Sand King Ursa matchup and put Ursa against AM, which is also I feel like it's a decent matchup as well, because Ursa doesn't really care about the mana burn. But other than that, I think for Geek Fam, as long as they crush one of either the AM or the Sand King lane, they are in a good spot.
Yeah, this is up to Geek Fam. Execution-wise, laning-wise, it's up to them to win this game. And T1, they are at the reactionary side. It's about turtling for T1.
Yeah.
All right, T1 or Geek Fam?
I want to join the fam for game 1. Yeah.
Once a geek, always a fam.
All right, so we've got 2 Geek Fam fans on the panel, but do the casters agree? Game 1 of our lower bracket semi-finals between Geek Fam and T1. Let's find out who's going to be taking this first game. Odie Pogged, take it away.
Thank you very much, Danley. I mean, yeah, fuck that. That's the question right now. I'm looking at these drafts and Geek Fam with this final pick Ursa. I mean, do you think Raven's happier playing the Ursa this game, or over on T1 is Miracle still pretty happy with getting the anti-mage in this game?
It's not a bad AM game if he can get to a later stage because they don't have the most stuns. He just has to worry about Disruptor and Tiny. That's what he had seen. He saw Quap and Nature's Prophet as his core matchup. So, I mean, he sees good core matches as the AM. So, I think Miracle should be pretty happy. It's just if Geek Fam can press the issue forward and prevent that AM from getting to late game.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's find out if Miracle can do it on his AM or Raven can run him over with his Ursa as we get ourselves into game 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Friends, let us skirmish. Friends, let us skirmish.
See you later, nerds. See you later, nerds.
Let's have a look. I mean, because Miracle on the AM, I mean, correct me if I was wrong, but it was T1 and Miracle on his AM the other day where they were getting destroyed and then he was able to carry the game on his back, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we've seen what he can do on his AM, even in games where, you know, everything else is sort of going terribly. Like, you can rely on this man to carry on his anti-mage. So definite threat there for Geek Fam. And looking at sort of what, you know, we talked about the Ursa and the anti-mage. I mean, the other cores in play, I mean, do you see the potential for many strengths to be there? I mean, like, Geek Fam, I'm looking, for instance, Carl on this mid-quap. I feel like it's kind of a tricky game for the Queen of Pain, right? Like, all three of the cores are going to be kind of elusive. Like, you've got this Puck matchup in mid, right? Puck's going to have some obvious strengths against Quap. Anti-Mage is always going to have the counter spell and the magic resistance. And 4F, he's probably going to be getting a hood pretty early. So I feel like it could be quite hard for Carl to have an early impact this game.
I mean, absolutely. Usually what happens with these Queen of Pains is if you have a good mid matchup, then you can really start to snowball as well if you don't have those side lanes that can bother you a lot. But yeah, like you said, tons of disable, tons of way to tank up through it, and not a good core matchup. Puck does great. Puck can do great versus Queen of Pain. I've seen Queen of Pains actually dominate the matchup too, but it shouldn't happen. It should be a pretty trade farm one. So yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty good setup for that AM to have, right? Like good core matchups, like even versus Cuckoo. They made this Nature's Prophet a core, so int core, Nature's Prophet, int core, Quap mid with little disable, and then it's just Ursa. Ursa's really the big problem, and like I said, the two support casts that he has to deal with.
Sure, we'll see. I mean, would you say any of these lanes do look like they could be off to a hot start for Geek Fam? I mean, for instance, like this Ursa lane top Raven and Whitemon and this Ursa Disruptor. Do they have the potential to do well against this dual lane of T1, which looks to indeed be sort of this double melee lineup at least?
Yeah. The top should be...
The battle begins.
I mean, yeah, they should be able to put pressure onto T1. I like the Ursa Disruptor, but I mean, I also like their bottom lane too. I like the Cuckoo, Nature's Prophet plus the Tiny. I think the core matchup versus the AM eventually gets bad, but in laning phase, this is an excellent pressure lane versus AM.
Yeah. No, okay, so they're going to start actually.
They're going to swap it.
Top, so
yeah, I think that's the better move.
See you later,
I think this actually changes it quite a bit here. I think now this top lane is a little bit more favorable, but it all depends. I'm still a bit iffy on Rubik, especially in laning phase, because he's just different now. It's not the same reduction. Early game, like the first few levels, it's terrible damage reduction compared to what it used to be. It's like 5 damage compared to what, like 12 or 14 that it was before.
Sure, and I guess what the sort of the counter to that was the buff on the actual damage, but at the end of the day, 80 or 100, if you're a good Rubik, you don't need that plus 20 damage to be able to secure the range creep, right? That doesn't really make too much of a difference to the lane. As the courier, well, actually, nearly goes down there.
It was definitely made worse in that aspect, like you said, a little bit more damage, but definitely a bit of pain. And the other thing is we actually didn't say is Caustic. You know, Sanking's changed. Caustic is an insane ability. With crazy potential. The max health as damage when a target dies from Caustic now. A lot more damage coming out from that.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty insane. I guess what in sort of the fights, if you get that on multiple heroes.
Yeah.
And then they all sort of go pop there. That's got the potential to be, you know, an insane amount of damage if they do group up and he gets the finale on them all.
Level 2's up top. They're looking to get aggressive on the 4F. Disruptor plus Ursa. Very strong at level 2 in comparison to Sanking plus Rubik. Right now they're actually zoning the Sanking away from lane, so 4F.
He's got a lot of regen though, right? He's got 4 tangos, salve, so he's very much prepared for Geek Fam to try and battle him early on.
Yeah, just such a fragile hero, sinking. Even though you're an offlaner and you are like that frontliner, you only have 2 armor. Like, look, Rubik has 4 armor, Sinking has 2. So you see what happens every time Forev walks up. He just gets poked and hit time and time again.
Raven. Try and go on Yokam again, though. Yokam has hit the level 2, so Telekinesis will tear the bear away from him. And we're looking at the other lanes. In Your Dream versus Carl at the moment on these early levels. Carl with a little bit of a lead here. Has managed to get a little more denies than In Your Dream. Despite actually having the lower right click. So Carl just off to a bit of a smoother start here than In Your Dream on his puck.
It's the nature of the matchup. It's one of those like very skill-based matchups. Whoever's more comfortable with the animations. Most of the time, it's the Queen of Pain, because Queen of Pain's animations are just so damn fast.
Yeah, it certainly looks to be it. And Carl getting a very good amount of harassing onto In Your Dream, as In Your Dream has had to already get that first cell sent out.
Look up top. Guess Whitemon approached that cliff a little bit too close.
And he's not got the mana to TP. So that's a bit sad.
He's
so
going
to have to wait.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Almost there. And there we are. Back to base. He's gonna go pick up some items. Now it's gonna leave Raven alone. Yeah. Jokem also has to go back to base though. But they might find an opportunity to pressure this Ursa for a slight moment while Disruptor's not in lane. Rubik's actually gonna walk back top with a Clarity. Probably pretty unlikely that they can pressure Raven anyway, because that Disruptor will be there soon, and because of the positioning of the lane.
Yeah, Creep Wave's in a good position for Raven for sure.
Yeah.
And how we're doing down bottom at the moment, Cuckoo 11 for 7. And Miracle though, 18 and 4. So Miracle's having no trouble at the moment farming on this bottom lane against Cuckoo. As both cores are getting good farm, but Power Runes come up. Polison's going to be able to grab it away from Zephyr.
Carl, blink on cooldown 5 seconds, putting him into In Your Dream. They have an orb.
Gonna get silenced and also has the fairy fires. Carl will still fall. In Your Dream able to jump over, get the final right click in. But not going down, of course, before he was at least able to secure First Blood. First Blood was on the support, though, and obviously In Your Dream getting the bigger kill in the sense that it was a core. But overall, the actual gold is still favorable for Geek Fam getting that First Blood bonus.
Yep, bottom. Now Cuckoo also getting ran down. Polison with the end of that haste rune actually won't be able to finish him off just yet. And now the jump forward Miracle.
They won't get Carl. Sorry, get Miracle. They've got a chance for Polison here. He's got to blink again in a second, but not going to go any further. So good back off there from T1 as both of them fall incredibly low there, nearly getting turned around upon by this rotation from Carl. Does mean that Carl will be able to secure both of these bounty runes down in the bottom half. Yeah, top. Raven. And Whitemon pretty deep here, trying to go in.
Very far.
Done onto Raven. He's going to get tossed to the side, and he's just dead for that one. Little too aggressive there from Raven as he tried to come over and join forces with Whitemon, but against this sort of stun and this early game damage, the Bear's not going to have any sort of great time running into these two heroes.
No, and he didn't have all of his items on him either. He has, I believe, full treads on the courier, so doesn't have those early Wraith Bands, those early stats that we usually see from the safe laners to at least let them tank up versus all this. So, yeah, good moves there from T1 getting those kills. Fixing Forev's start, really important. Like we said, he was having a bit of a struggle time up top. Now hits level 5, has his bracer. Probably his boots finished up too. He's off to fixing it. Quite successful now. Runes, the battle between the runes, the bottles. 4 heroes top, rune spawns bottom.
Yeah, Polison able to make sure that Carl doesn't get the refuel. He's top lane, Dream Coil down off the 2 of them. In Your Dream's going to get dragged back, but he's able to dodge it with the phase shift. Also has the orb to get himself far enough away from Whitemon and Zephyr.
Scary for a moment for him. Raindrops almost, maybe even saving his life during that moment. And now it looks like the 2 safe laners will be left alone for the most part here. Miracle still has Cuckoo in his lane poking him, but like you were talking about before, he's still free farming Raven. Now left alone top for a moment. And it's all about the battles for the runes and the control as Whitemon, he wants to get this D ward. He's gonna probably pay with his life. We'll see.
Unless he can get a roast tonight. He's going to try for the TP out, and it's going to work. Nice moves there from White Mom. Very smartly done there. Reads the situation, says, I can make it out, and he can.
Yep, great read. Yokam, I think that's a common mistake. They both have boots, right? Forev and Yokam both have boots. I think he should have seen how slow this Disruptor is. They had more than enough time to chase him out. I don't think you should lift immediately almost ever. You wait till he starts walking away, but he was standing still, so... A little premature there on the lift.
Miracle and Polison, they're going to find the chance going on to Cuckoo. Zephyr's trying to come over to help out. Fire Blast holds Cuckoo in place. Miracle, he's got Blink up again in a second to try and get in position for the kill. He's trying to get himself to 6. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, very nice. That hits the 6. Hits him hard with the nuke to secure the kill, and also gets a good bit of split damage onto Zephyr. That's going to get him the 2 kills there. Very smart plays there from Miracle. Not blinking for the kill, getting the 6 first. And I mean, without the 6, he would not have got the second kill for sure. They would have got the 1, but now nicely done there to make sure he gets both of those, giving him an excellent boost in gold down on this bottom lane and enough money to go and pick up his Ring of Health. So now this anti-mage is feeling very strong, very solid down here. Same to be said still for Raven up top. He is getting just as much free farm. So both cores on a great track for some really good Battle Fury timings this game.
But you'd imagine that Geek Fam wants to be having a better early game. They want to be the ones that really, pressing forward because they're playing versus an AM lineup. They're playing with a very fast-paced draft with this Furion as well as Ursa cores.
Zephyr but looking for Polison. He's going to go for the TP out, but Carl says no. Sonic Wave will be used to burst down that Ogre. Ensure the kill for Geek Fam. Top lane, Yokam. He's going to get chased here by the 2 of them. Raven wants to go, and he'll with the glimpse back here. Yokam, no escape from these 2, so getting a little too far forward in the lane there, trying to pick up some XP as the Rubik ends up feeding his life away to the Ursa, and it is keeping Raven ahead. Yeah, about 400 gold difference at the moment between Raven and Miracle. In your dream,
Manavoid's up.
Going to be able to bring him in, and this is some nice moves already from Miracle. You can really feel that he's ready to play Dota today. From those little moves down bottom, coming to mid, seeing the opportunity to kill off the mid lane and get some pressure on this mid tower. This anti-mage is already looking pretty hot.
Yeah, and this is something I was mentioning earlier, is when you have these excellent core matchups, when you are playing an AM, he's playing versus Queen of Pain and Nature's Prophet. 800 mana pool at the 9-minute pool, or at the 9-minute mark, 800 mana pool as well on Nature's Prophet. So you actually can get involved in gank early like this. I've seen this, there's a couple players back in the day, like Black used to actually be the big one that used to always rotate around early with Manavoid. This is, of course, like 4 or 5 years ago now, but this is, I love seeing when anti-mages recognize that they're playing versus those high mana pool heroes. They can move.
Top Geek Fam's trying to get in. Zephyr will get the avalanche off in time, but he's having his mana burn. White Mom broke down the kinetic field, but it won't hold Miracle back. They get the kill. Miracle's fine. He's still got the blink available.
Raven?
They're just going to get aggressive onto Raven. Raven's out of mana. He has got the enrage, but he's actually going to get silenced. Pops the 1 charges. He's trying to keep himself alive here, jumping away with the Earth Shock. Dream Coil's down. Will grab Raven. T1 just run him down. Miracle claims another. Now 5-0-0 on the anti-mage, and within a minute they're killing off K in the mid lane and also finding the kill on Raven. This is just a dream start for the anti-mage.
Yeah, I mean, he literally just killed all 3 core heroes. He moved from lane to lane to lane, killed all 3 core heroes with every single mana void. 70 seconds, so a perfect usage of what, 3-4 minutes for that AM. Yeah, and this has to be a concern for Geek Fam. Even though they still do have a little bit of a 1k gold lead, this AM is... he's hitting towers. This is something you don't see happen. When an AM is hitting your buildings at 10 minutes, you got to start feeling some concern. This guy's getting way too much done around the map.
He's getting so much right now. They're going to look towards top as already Yokam. He's diving in. K's going to come in and try and help out Whitemon, but they're on their way over. At least Polison's coming over. See if he can help them out here. Toss from Zephyr. Tossing K in over towards Yokam. They turn with the Fire Blast onto Zephyr. K has the Invis Rune. He wants to come out with the Sonic Wave to get the kill on Yokam, and he'll do so. As Miracle gets the kill, also gets the courier. But indeed, Miracle's heading over. T1 want to fight back in off this. They've already managed to kill off the Quap with the Fire Blast. Miracle jumps across. Dream Coil out. Let's get themselves another kill for this anti-mage. 6 kills, yeah. Miracle, he is an absolute killer this game.
It's usually, I mean, you'd expect that to be the Ursa, right? You click and you're like, oh, wait, 6-0 and 0. Okay, yeah, Ursa's doing really well. 6-0-0 with 66 last hits and 6 denies, by the way. Lots of 6 is creepy. But yeah, you'd expect that to be the Ursa. was the one getting active and getting all these kills. But yeah, Miracle with some nice movement. Like he was aggressively positioned in the enemy jungle for that one there to join into his team. T1 really on fire from what I'm seeing today. Yesterday we saw some rough moments for them. Today it seems like they're really on point, like together as a team. I can definitely see some communication going on.
And as you say, you know, showing gold at the moment, it is even. It's less than a 1k difference, but you're very worried about the fact that this AM is having, you know, he's at the top already at 12 minutes in against the Geek Fam's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing versus super limited disables. It's Tiny Stun and Disruptor Ultimate are the big things he has to worry about until way later when Ursa has a Basher. I mean, this is a phenomenal anti-mage game. And when you're up to this start, you're also versus a mid-game lineup, right? Ursa, Queen of Pain, Nitrous, Prophet cores. These three cores, they ideally want to have a better time, at least in the early game in the laning phase, for them to have a good mid-game. So this is huge moments for T1. And they're collapsing. There's so many disables. This Queen of Pain may just chain feed now at this point.
Okay, he's got to be careful.
Gets a nice scan. He's aware of this positioning here.
He's got to keep themselves in the trees. He steps forward. And Forev's able to get the connection with the Burrow Strike. He's going to be in so much trouble. Yeah, K getting deeper and deeper. He knows he's got to be very careful how he shows it. As the rest of Geek Fam just sort of staying around Raven, making sure that Raven is in a very safe position to finish off his Battle Fury. Just about 500 away from the Broadsword, and Battle Fury progress on Miracle.
They're dead even.
About 300, so yeah, it's very, very close between these two at this point. Obviously the difference in performance just being, Raven only 1, 2, and 0, whilst as we say Miracle 6, 0, and 0 so far at 13 minutes in.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Bottom, they're setting up. No blink tag. Tiny Zephyr having a really, really abysmal game so far. He's still halfway to a blink. 0-2-2. Just getting killed over and over again, it seems like, by Miracle. Same thing for Disruptor. Whitemon trying to get a bit aggressive down toward bottom to pressure this tower here. But they can't. Can't really hit that tower as there's a lot of wave clear on the side of T1.
And yeah, here's those timers. So the Battle Fury is flying out for Raven, and also for Miracle, the Battle Fury on its way out. So Battle Fury at identical times here on Raven and Miracle this game.
Yeah, getting a little... Oh, Whitemon. I think he just got spotted for a second there. They're going to know there's a deep ward somewhere now. They're scouting him out. No way.
Nice position here in the trees, yeah. They don't go for sort of the less obvious position. As Whitemon able to find a nice little hiding spot to TP out in.
They'll lose the ward, though, that he just placed. So one of them will be dewarded immediately. He still has that other one that he placed down south at the very minimum. But with that ward taken out, and they have a Blink Dagger on Sanking, it's go time. They see Carl in the mid lane.
Straight in, and with the Veil, they're going to have more than enough damage to find this Queen of Pain. So much kill potential. I mean, this is, as you say, it's the exact kind of line around an anti-mage. They're going to try for Miracle. And these two, I mean, they're not going to have the burst. I mean, Miracle, you can see they're even thinking about going back in. There's TP backup on its way for T1. Miracles, he's making a line straight away for Cuckoo. Cuckoo will go for the TP out. Whitemon still hanging around. The ward's going to be taken away immediately. Whitemon, it's got to be careful again, hiding in the trees. Miracle didn't quite grab vision of him. As Whitemon just hiding and hoping that nobody comes a hunting. He should be fine. Doesn't have a TP to get out, though, so he's going to have to wait and sneak away from this.
But look at them. They're having to full dodge when they have a mid-game draft. This is, I mean, very, very concerning for Geek Fam for me. Like I said, we talked about it before. They have all mid-game heroes, and they're being chased away from lane to lane by T1 with an anti-mage draft. That's always a bit of a scare. Just T1 faster-paced early game to mid game right now, and don't think that Geek Fam can actually react very efficiently. K just feels too pressured. I think he's the one who's probably making the call that it's just tough for him to make aggressive moves because he doesn't have the defensive item yet. He probably just feels he'll get chain stun and die in every single occasion, which is probably pretty true.
And now in your dream, with the bots complete, he's going to be all over the map. Like, you're going to continue to see just T1 sweep this map so efficiently.
Yeah. I like that, actually. Yeah, the boosted travel quite a bit here. He's already been having a fine time initiating forward. They have Sanking to blink forward anyway, so...
They've got the wall on Cuckoo. Easy setup here. These wards inside the jungle setting up for T1 again and each and every time. Making it so hard for Geek Fam. You can tell that they need to fight together, Geek Fam. Raven's trying to step forward into this. See if Geek Fam are able to get any sort of connection. Zephyr already being poked up by In Your Dream on the side. Dream Call down for just jumps in with the Pyro Strike. Zephyr's gone. They're trying to poke back Geek Fam. They're trying to look for fights, but they are really just struggling to stand toe-to-toe with this sort of 4 members of T1. You know, outside of Miracle, these 4 heroes, they're just absolute killers at this stage of the game.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it's for any hero. Was you the first coil used for the secondary hero? And Edge, they're the ones doing this. For their fight big live. Get out for F, that's his way out of it. Glimpse the other side, Sprout holds him in place though. 4F will go down. Get the kill on the Sankey. Can they get anything more? Raven tries the Yocam. Yocam with the stolen glimpse pulls the Ursa back. Avalanche has not got to quite reach them here. Paulison, he's tanky. He's getting beat down by Cuckoo. Jump forward from Carl. They'll get themselves a second. Finally, Geek Fam able to find a fight going their way. Temp stepping over towards Yocam. Cuckoo's in with the Sprout. A double kill for K. Finally, Geek Fam getting something going their way, but it may not be over yet. In the Dream, they'll go for the coil. It is just him on his own. Miracle not turning up for this one. He's
the
now
coil
TPing.
Won't result in anything.
Oh, he TP'd. I think maybe if he TP'd a little earlier, they may have had a potential there. Maybe he was afraid, but there was no ultis available. I think if he TP'd sooner, he would have been able to get some cleanup kills, but good plays by Geek Fam. This is how they're supposed to fight, is they have to turn up with all their heroes. They're able to get that constant chase forward and push T1 out of their side. These glimpses, a little bit awkward from Whitemon, but they ended up doing the job that they needed to.
Yeah, and just a little too aggressive from 4F going in underneath that tier 1. Into an area of the map where, as we saw, Geek Fam very much prepared to respond. And do you like this from Raven? Do you think this is a good breed? He's going to go for the Battle Fury straight into the BKB for protection.
Oh yeah, just look at that T1 draft. I mean, Rubik, Sand King, Puck, Ogre, just straight up magic damage. I think this is a really good choice. Puck coil always is something that just messes with you. So I think you just BKB and you stand in and you fight and hold your ground. Definitely the right choice. He's the front line too, right? So he's going to get focused a lot of the times in the game because nobody else can really act as that front liner besides him. Tiny is just a straight up blink initiator now.
Let's see where they head over to now. Mid lane. Also scouting things out. They're going to go with the smoke. Geek Fam ready to keep the heat on.
Okay. They're just shy of the BKB. He's like not even 300 gold away from it. So a little bit of a bold move for them to go for this one here without that.
It's dispelled by Paulison on the high ground. They don't find the initiation that they hope for. They maybe get a chance for In Your Dream. The Sonic Wave comes out, but he's able to jump to the side of safety. K chases though, and he's incredibly low. Another jump from In Your Dream. In Your Dream continue to juke. Carl's trying to chase, but now he's going to turn his attention back towards the rest of his team. Her fan Paulison. Raven tries to earth shock up to the high ground. Won't actually be able to climb up, and now Paulison turns with a fire blast onto Whitemon. Miracle finishes off the kill on Disruptor. And Geek Fam, they try with the smoke there. They don't get a good fight going. And Miracle, he's still chasing.
Look at mid. Puck, he's teleported back into the fight, full HP.
Miracle, he was able to find the setup there with the clumsy net. Buying time for In Your Dream to come and get the Dream Core down onto Raven. Raven still on the retreat. Fire blast down to K. 4F goes in with the epicenter and Burrow Strike onto Cuckoo. They've got the lift up onto the Quap. The Queen of Pain is dead. Cuckoo tries for the TP out. Can he get away in time? He cannot. Godlike now, Miracle, as he picks up the double kill. Keeping his KDA nice and clean, 9-0-0. Geek Fam just unable to fight in there, and as you say, that the idea that Raven, he just didn't quite have the BKB, so he had to play a little more scared than maybe he would have hoped for. That sort of smoke move, if it came a few moments later when he has it picked up, he's going to feel much more strong and able to just commit for these kills rather than having to run away.
Yeah, I mean, it was the timing around those bounty runes that they really wanted to press forward for, but you're 200 gold short of the BKB, which changes the whole dynamic of the team fight. I feel like it's just a little bit over aggressive for Geek Fam, but at the same time too, In Your Dream just, I cannot believe he survived. That was the most insane little jukes that he pulled off there. Dodging, I believe, the end of the, I think he got hit by the Sonic Wave, but he just dodged and played around the Queen of Pain, chasing him like 4 times. That was absolutely insane by the puck. And then he just TP's back and joins the fight full HP after they waste everything on him. That was insane, actually.
Yeah, it's worked out nicely for In Your Dreams game, the way, as you say, with the draft at C1, the Quap having to go for the Yules first, you know, can't rush this Orchid. So In Your Dream has this freedom to be that sort of elusive in the fight, starting around. Geek Fam, they're ready for another round though. They're going to hunt, so they can find 4F. Dust down onto him, Big Nature's Wrath, they'll just drop down the Static Storm, the Kinetic Field, that'll do it. 4F will fall. Get the kill on the Sandkeeper. In Your Honestly down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Double kill!
And Geek, they've found the opportunity to go for Roche. In Your Dream does have an invis route. If he can go for some sort of steal here, he's not going to be able to do so in time. Roshan falls. Geek Fam, they get themselves this all-important Aegis for Raven.
Huge play there for them. Chasing them forward, knowing that everybody's not in the area. And then straight into that Roche. I mean, whoever made that call, that was really nice. Now Raven has 2 things that he can really defend himself with BKB as well. But Miracle, he did, of course, he took that space. He now has his Basher finished up, so his 1-to-1 matchup versus Ursa is a lot stronger, and I mean, he kills anybody he jumps on. Literally any hero on the side of Geek Fam, except for the Ursa, will almost instantly die to the anti-mage in this game now. He also even has yeah, we didn't actually point out, he also has the Clumsy Net. Another pretty insane item action on anti-mage, just keeping someone inside of the 3 illusions, or the 2 illusions, and yourself beating on him.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice versus a Quap.
Yeah, it's good outs, and the mana regen means you're pretty much constantly sitting at full mana when you're jumping around the map, so always able to get the mana voids off, and even in some of these stretched out fights, getting a couple of them. And Paulson going to be dragged back into the Zephyr combo. 4F comes in with the counterplay. The Polar Strike's there, and Paulson, he will still fall to the Thunderstrike. So just the trade here. Miracle blinking in aggressively here. You can really feel how strong he feels right now. He's hit his level 20.
Whoa. Up top, they might be able to find Carl here. In Your Dream, he's trying to get the coil. Carl reads it though.
Radiant.
Would have been a very big brain play if he went for the short jump on the orb and dropped the coil, but of course didn't want to risk it. Wants to save the coil for a more secure moment. And you know, T1, they know that they're not too desperate to sort of just play for those chance plays right now. They know that they're in a strong position with Miracle where he is.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're still just fine. I mean, they're playing into an Aegis, which is going to hurt a little bit, but this anti-mage is getting to a point where he can just win the game super easily by himself. In Your Dream, he's
going to drop the coil down. The Static Storm's there. Just get glimpsed back into it.
They got him.
Good pick off there. Good catch on the puck. Stops In Your Dream getting away with the split push.
I'll take your tribute.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See one more they can move on to. Raven close to the S&Y or picking up that Bash yet. If he wants to just hold on to the
Radiant's top tower
Yasha for
is
now.
under attack.
He's taking this top tier 1 tower also. The Blink Dagger picked when Yokam, so T1 with multiple ways now to get in and start things off with either the Rubik or the Sand King.
Top tower is under attack.
Wants to be some tier 1 trades. Raven and Zephyr will finish up the tier 1 top.
Radiant's top tower.
As T1 now be able to go for this tier 1 bottom. TP's coming in actually though from Geek Fam.
He's actually going on
trying to hold this. Yeah, Miracle's going to be a little spooked. Jumps to the side. T1 will back off, and Raven able to hold this area of the map for now.
Yep. Still no puck for 10 seconds. Raven was really trying to just keep that tower alive a little bit longer. Looks like they're considering a deny. They won't actually go for it. Good hold here so far from Geek Fam. They actually claimed themselves the gold lead now again after these last few moments. Really going to be a lot up to just how these fights initiate still though. And Aegis, they still have for about a minute and a half, so you can see T1, they've kind of stepped back a little bit from making those aggressive moves versus Geek Fam during that. So we'll even it out. And Miracle, he will now have Abyssal Blade done. So now he actually has, like we were saying, he has that insane potential of pretty much killing anybody. But Carl is prepared. He does have a Linken's to at least guard himself.
Is under attack.
On mid.
Wilson.
Shadow Amulet, yeah, without able to sort of sneak away.
Oh, Raven,
lane.
he's super far forward.
And Miracle's here with the response. Raven is out of mana. He needs his team. They're heading over. Can they save Raven in time? K's going to jump forward. Raven's still alive, and of course still has the Aegis and the BKB. Glimpse onto Yokan. They'll be able to take down the Rubik. Can Geek Fam go for more? Jump over from K. Gets the burst on for it. Miracle tries to jump in the Sonic Wave. Pushes back on the puck. They're killed off in your dream. Geek Fam, they've found two. Can they get anything more? Miracle blinks off to safety. He's out of there, but for Rev, he's still around, stuck underneath the tower. Glimpse back from Whiteman, trying to get him. The timing's there with the power strike. 4F's able to dodge the pullback. They're still in on top of him, though, as Geek Fam, they find a third kill.
Wow, they actually do not have the damage to down during all that. When he's pretty far from team, they'll get it every time. Then T1's not all there. When they get glimpsed out of his... And then you drink. His game is hard to slow down now. But to get the best coil moments.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They're taking it. They're pinging the outpost. They want to try to deny that XP from T1.
Radiant's middle tower.
He just gets reclaimed while he still had an ignite dot on him, so it doesn't actually get the full heal. But huge timing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of regen going though with his build, so should be back up to full HP by the time of the next fight.
Yep, and that last fight was him just having an SNY, not having a Basher, where Basher is going to make him way stronger now versus those elusive heroes, the Sanking, the Puck, the AM. He should be way stronger now, and it's finished up already, right after he has SNY finished for that last fight.
Oh, very nice as well. Hasn't got any life still at the moment in his build, but finds himself a Paladin sword.
Yep.
Raven he's going to be just that strong. Yeah, we saw in the last fight. Sure, he gets his mana burn, but with this, this sort of heavy stat build with 2600 HP, it's, he's just so tanky. He's always obviously going to be able to get his ult off and turn on heroes.
He showed.
A little too ambitious there from Zephyr.
Nothing. They may lose more heroes. Mid shows as well. Whiteman.
I'm going to try and maybe look over towards Carry. No, they're just focused on getting these disrupts to kill. 2 quick grabs there for T1. T1 now with the mid wave going in.
Gotta watch your positioning now on Geek Fam. Without these 2 heroes, you might just get jumped on in the back. He does have a Linkens to protect himself on K, but Abyssal plus Sanking stun could prove to be problematic. They actually see Cuckoo up top too. See which choice they want to make. Probably taking out that top tier too. They have outposts available. They should probably take that top one. They will. Polson.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And this will be another tower. They're coming back. Raven here with Cuckoo. Carl heading over as well, but the tower's already gone. Let's still get a fight going though. They're going to look towards 4Ev. Cuckoo trying to TP over to help block him up, but T1 just a little too quick with the retreat.
They might be able to. They're tempted to go for the outpost. They still have a couple seconds. 7, 6, 5. Nah, they're too scared to actually take it away.
Oh, won't quite be able to get it. Blink up. Yeah, you're right. Zephyr's blink was still on cooldown.
They were too scared. They don't have any information on the map. Like bottom, there's still nobody showing. The ward bottom shows nobody. They're expecting 5 heroes on the left side. Can't make those type of greedy plays. So Miracle, next item will be that butterfly. So that's gonna be a pretty big timing for him, because then the Ursa can't actually just stand toe to toe with him at all, and he's getting pretty close to it already. Any other big timings? Just that Abyssal on the Ursa would be the other big one. But yeah, if Miracle is actually able to get butterfly, that should be pretty huge for him, because then he can actually move around the fights a lot easier than having to worry about getting just chain bashed by Raven.
Yeah, no sign of any sort of true strike coming out on any of the cores on Geek Fam. I mean, even sort of Cuckoo going for this lockdown build, going for the Hex, rather than sort of the right click this game.
Yeah, he's been all auras.
Yeah. There's mid. 4F. He's going to get the burst on the 2 of them. Epicenter is going to be ripped up as well, but it is cancelled in time. They yules him up before he finishes the channeling. Now looking still for 4F. K jumps over with the Sonic Wave. 4F goes down. They get the kill on the Sand King. And your dream comes in with the silence. 4F's actually going to buy back for this one. Zephyr. He's already taken out a second. They take down Yokan. Miracle is looking for Raven. Raven getting silenced here as K's trying to run away. Miracle jumps across. They bring down the Quap. Yours control from 4F. This buyback looking to pay off as he starts to poke at Raven. In your dream of Miracle goes straight over towards Cuckoo. Cuckoo starts to turn to Zephyr. He's actually in with the Avalanche control. Miracle Ghost is out. Miracle pops the spell shield. He's fine. Counter spells out. Miracle wants to continue to go back in. Mana Void out. And the final right click takes down the Prophet. Heading over for more. They're surrounding Raven. Raven gets his ult off. But there's 4 heroes on T1 eyeing him up. A lot of ways to cope with the Yule Scepter into the silence. He now puts the BKB, tries for Paulison, but Miracle's got the Abyssal. The bash from Raven though. It comes out. Miracle has to blink away. Raven, he turns over towards Paulison. He's going to be able to kill off the Ogre, but now he's got no BKB, no enrage. Miracle can re-engage as Raven goes down. T1 will manage to stay on top of the fight there. Good buyback from Forev, keeps the force strong, and Miracle's able to continue to clean up. 14-0-1, Butterfly complete, and Roshan timing is going to be up 20 seconds, so they'll have a 50-second window. Raven not in the game.
He's got loose park in it. He have a lads that are on his team though. I figured. I was like, he doesn't actually have any sustain. But yeah, he's got mangoes too at the ready side of the and huge fight. Like you said, 4F buyback, super well done. They actually get the focus fire onto Disruptor. He dies right away. Miracle gets on top of Carl right away afterwards. He gets all of his mana burned, and then they isolate. That's the biggest thing. They took out everybody else and isolated Raven for last. So it's an Ursa who the entire fight goes on for 45 seconds, and he still has BKB left at the end of it. They did such a good job of kiting him in circles. Now Aegis and Cheese likely to go for Miracle. On top of that Butterfly timing after the last fight, and an Aghanims 2 for the puck. A lot of big ways to address that Ursa.
Let me get this. Let me get this Roshan. Aegis is going to be taken by Miracle. And they're going to look to try and do something immediately with it. Level 25 as well. On Miracle. Heading over with the smoke. And they're going to find in your dream. Going to be able to start the fight off with the Yules. 4F is going to rev up the epicenter, but not actually able to catch anyone with this. Zephyr.
Oh my
way out
God.
there. That was his own Yules. My bad. Yeah, the self Yules and the blink out. Zephyr avoids it all.
I mean, I think that's the third time I've seen 4F do that, where he just can blink stun someone. He just eppies first. I mean, it's fine. You know, sometimes it's tough as a Sand King because like you blink and stun, and then your team's like, "Where was the epi?" But no, those are just pickoffs. Just wasting. Now they just wasted 2 ults. But Geek Fam, they still can't move out to look for a fight anyway with Coil and Epicenter down.
How's Raven doing on this progression? He's of course going for that MKB with the Butterfly in play, and not too far off it at all as well. Just about 1,500 gold, and he'll have that hit.
Yep. I mean, if he's able to actually, you know, if they can rally around him and not have him get kited as hard, then he can have a better job. But if T1 executes like they did last fight, it's going to be some big problems for Raven like this. No Abyssal Blade to move around the fights to stick on targets. But he needs the MKB. He can't actually stand toe-to-toe with Miracle. It's just tough for Raven if his team's not allowed to stay alive during the entirety of when he has BKB.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounties, Polosin, he's already reading the move from Carl. Looking to set up for this Queen of Pain.
Oh, and they're able to get it there. They blocked the Lincolns in with the Power Strike. Nicely set up by 4F. Using their Yules to remove the Lincoln Sphere.
Good read of the map. They were pinging him for so long, knowing he's going to go greedy for those bounty runes. Miracle, he finds a Disruptor Whitemon.
And they're trying to fight him here. The 3 of them going for this anti-mage, but Miracle, he's far too strong and he's got the backup he needs. They surround the Tiny, tries to get the Yule blink off, but his blink is still on cooldown. No escape for Zephyr. More kills for this anti-mage as Miracle just continues to pad up the scoreboard. 17-0-1 this game. It is just continuing to look like as, you know, sort of close as it has been overall in numbers and how well Geek Fam have fought against T1. You just cannot deny the fact that the Miracle's just showing how good of an anti-mage game it is.
How good of an anti-mage game it is and how comfortable he is. I mean, he looks so good on this AM. Those early game movements have secured him to have this excellent game and just put some fear into Geek Fam's hearts. I really feel like he was so aggressive that they were just not expecting it, and he's got such good timings. Now they actually finally get this big gold lead with those pickoffs with that last fight. And this AM is immortal now. Already was before. Full Satanic on top. Raven's getting desperate.
Yeah, this anti-mage in the drafts as well was it? It was at least fourth, wasn't it? It may have even been third.
Yeah, fourth.
It was fourth. Okay, so they didn't have too many picks to try and deal with it. You know, as we said, the Ursa is not a bad idea. It's just the rest of the team around it has been so good for Miracle. Miracle is caught in the static storm. He doesn't care at all. Taking no damage here at level 26. And now he's going to be ready to turn back and fight them all. The coil down onto both Cuckoo and Zephyr. Miracle jumps in with the Abyssal Blade onto the Prophet. Double kill for him. As he'll turn over towards KK, blinks away, but Miracle, Yokam, and In Your Dream will be quick with the chase. Raven, can he do anything to help out his teammates? It doesn't look like it. A triple kill for Miracle as they'll move on to the tier 4s. I mean, they can move on to whatever they want right now, T1, as Miracle literally untouchable this game. They cannot do anything for this anti-mage.
Has fallen.
Now Geek Fam just straight back in. He goes up the watch from it, right? Jump the abyss. Time gets the passion onto Miracle, but it's not enough. Raven goes down. GG is called. Game 1 is well and truly over. As T1 looking to again, as we saw yesterday in the games that they won, sometimes they just really hit the spot with their drafts.
Yeah, I think Geek Fam, I think they did a pretty good job of actually
5 seconds
T1
remaining.
play their game again, or if it's going to be Geek Fam that sort of leads the way, and it might be
Radiant
T1 that has that
team
urgency to
back.
end the
Team
game.
back.
But of
Radiant
course,
team
that's going to
back.
come down to the draft, which
Dire
hopefully
team
it
back.
is ready for us. But coming into this next match, so we're going to have to talk about this anti-mage. Is it going to go through in game 2?
And Raven plays a pretty nasty anti-mage as well, so maybe Geek Fam is going to pick that away, or if not, they just ban it out. It's kind of
10 seconds
it most likely it's
remaining.
going to happen in the second phase. You know, second ban phase will answer our questions. But I've
5
been a lot of
seconds
friends have been
remaining.
asking me, Husky, how do you get good laptops? Where do you get good laptops? I have one here just for you. Quick shout out to Omen for providing us with their thin and light gaming powerhouse. This one is a
Radiant
total
team
beast, performance-wise, graphic-wise, whatever you want to. And of course, it's definitely going to improve your gaming experience. This is what I recommend to everyone out there. So do remember to check them out.
And not only you received the question, me too. A lot of friends ask me, yo Arthur, what? How can Husky look so great every single time? And of course, we have Toomey here, and that's why he's always looking so good, making sure that he is always at his 10k MMR when he step out to the fashion game, and making sure that Toomey right now, they are giving away 2 free backpacks every single day throughout the entire tournament. So make sure you sign up at toomey.com/esports.
You just exposed my secret. This thing is mine. This thing is definitely mine.
Yeah,
No, not.
for today and tomorrow.
Temporary. You already said it last
Yeah,
time. You said
yeah.
it as temporarily yours,
Temporary.
so it's not really yours.
According to Oxford, it means for now. But I'm getting it. There's 2 of them, right? So there's still one more for...
Yeah, this one can be yours.
This one can be yours.
Leave to me, okay? This one, I'll take care of it.
Oh, goodness. And also
10
not just the
seconds
Teamy
remaining.
giveaways, folks. Don't forget, we're also giving away Logitech G Gaming
5
mice. All you need to do is head on over to the link down below, fill in the survey, and you'll be in the running to win one of those. We've got multiple mice as well. It's not just one mouse. So to everyone that's entered, good luck. And of course, don't forget Nerf's Prophecies. Today is the last day where you can make your prediction as to who will make it to the grand final. If your prediction is correct, you'll be in the running to win a $100 Steam gift card, which, of course, it should be pretty easy to say who made it to the grand final.
Yes.
If you haven't, though, Fnatic, you're welcome. Good luck entering, folks. $100 Steam gift card. It could be yours.
Yep, and we also have something else to share with you guys. It's the One Esport merchandise. They do have an online store right now. You can drop by shop.oneesports.gg. I just did that during the 10-minute break, and I love their new line of apparel, as you can see on the banner right there. Made of it, that's the t-shirt I'm going for, even though I don't play core, but I just like to sound cool. So do remember to check it out and use the discount code CDOTA10 for some discount when you make a purchase.
Are you a rich core or a poor core?
Poor.
That's not a core.
10 seconds.
If I'm a poor core, means that I'm feeding, but I can't play core, so I am a poor core.
There's
So
one
that
hero,
means
there's
you're not
one
a core.
There's one support hero that you can go as a core and be rich. That's called Cogger. Approved by Winter, the man himself, the big brain himself.
Oh, goodness.
I'll give that a pass.
So no
Not
core
passes?
go?
Not in my pass. Actually, I've tried it out before, so yes, I agree.
And,
I thought he...
and I
like
have
it.
a very good friend that loves that as well,
10
Mr.
seconds
Otomo. I think
remaining.
most of our,
Goodness.
we all love him, but enough of talking.
5
The
seconds
draft is already
remaining.
ready, so let's jump into it and see if you see any Cogger coming out from them.
Tomo's a bit questionable
yes.
sometimes.
I like this. I like this.
You guys like the lion pick?
Well,
yeah.
it's been a while,
The
hasn't
first
it?
lion appearance
Yeah.
this entire league.
Yeah, Ice had to give him a little bit of nudge in that buff department, and finally Lion is picked. And again, Lion is one of those heroes that people seem to have forgotten, but it's actually pretty darn good against a Puck.
Oh damn, definitely.
But I actually kind of expected T1 to pick up the Doom some point in the series. I'm happy to see the Doom, but this Lion is going to cause a lot of problem as well. One of the more active supports that can set up for ganks, set up for kills early on. Hex is one of the strongest spell in the game, and only 2 heroes have that, the Lion and the Shaman. But obviously right now I think the Lion is also good against illusion heroes, so slightly discourages the TBPL pick from T1.
Yeah, but
Can we go a little bit deeper into this Lion pickup, because this is the first time we've seen it as well. So we've heard about the good things about Lion. What are the not so good things? Like, why is Lion typically not
10
picked up?
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
this hero is just too slow for the meta. The meta before this,
5 seconds
we all want to
remaining.
play fast, and Lion is just one hero that doesn't really give you that. It's very squishy, ultimate cooldown super long as well, especially at the level 1 Finger of Death. And honestly, Geek Fam, we all know that they should be the one being the aggressor this series because T1 always love to drag the game towards the 30 minutes mark. But if you're starting yourself with a Lion plus Trend, you won't be able to get as much aggressive as, even if you want to. So this is something that I'm really worrying about for Geek Fam. And T1 side, they're off to really great heroes. We all know that they love any heroes that can go through BKB. They have ability to go through BKB. Doom is the best one. Bane is also their second favorite. And now Aghanim Scepter on the puck does the same thing too.
Yeah. And Geek Fam, there you go. They banned out the AM. They want no part of this Miracle AM. We saw how good of a game Miracle had, but with this last banning, it's really important. They are using up all their reserve time, either TB or the Morphling. The Geek Fam have to make a choice right now. Someone has to go through, and both of them go through. They steal the Morphling away. I like this decision from Geek Fam. They have that first pick in the second pick phase. They ban the A to ensure this Morphling pick is safe. But T1, they still have the TB, Miracle's favorite hero that they can kind of look at.
Yeah, even the Faceless Void wouldn't be too bad as well for T1.
Remaining.
Because if you go for Faceless Void, you have Chronosphere plus Doom, 2 abilities for you to shut down the single core lineup that Geek Fam has shown us so far. But if you are going to pick it here, it might reveal too much of information towards Geek Fam. So T1 probably just want to settle with a Pulse 5 and try to react to Geek Fam's next
Grimstroke. I think a Grimstroke will be okay. We saw last game this part was played as a support, played as a mid by In Your Dream. But I think now the Grimstroke looks pretty decent for T1.
Hang on, we'll see if
the Tiny was also let through. This is probably the furthest the Tiny has made it through the draft as well.
Yeah, even the Clockwork is still in the pool, which is pretty good against
Lion.
Both Lion and Trend Protector.
One of Polison's favorites as well.
Oh yeah.
And they're taking their time. They have a lot to talk about. Not only you want to target the supports, you also want to find a Morph killer too. And most importantly, the Lion and the Shaman both making through this game.
Oh goodness, it's so strange because you get to see both of them in the same match. You wouldn't have suspected Shaman and Lion popping up in a match.
TI7 era. That we still see these two heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Lion hacks good against the Puck, but the Shaman's pretty decent against the Morphling as well. And it gives T1 the ability to push structures if they get the lead.
Raven has to be very careful whenever he waveform into a team fight. He has to be careful about this Shaman that is hiding in some fog, trying to instant hacks him. I think Lincoln's is a must in this game for the Morphling. And Geek Fam is going to go back to the stable draft DK on Carl and once again leaving the last pick for Cuckoo.
Oh yeah, and T1 right now have yet to reveal Miracle Hero. This 4 pick has always been the point of the draft where Miracle's hero get picked. Again, against Geek Fam's draft, I don't know, I think that the TB is still okay for them.
Even Monkey King wouldn't be too bad too if they are considering In Your Dreams Monkey King into the
There's also
DK.
the Slug.
Yeah, the Slug is pretty okay too. Even the Razor wouldn't be too bad against the DK. So I think they have a lot of openings for In Your Dream right now to deal with the DK. Even Timbersaw wouldn't be too bad.
We haven't seen T1 play Timbersaw, have we?
No, it was always banned against most of the time it was banned against T1, but even if it's not banned, T1 will go for like Doom, Pango, what else? Doom, Pango, and Sand King.
Even the Voice Spirit, right?
Yeah.
I think Voice Spirit is one of the heroes that has been highly contested in the early stage of the league. But after that, teams are just going back to this more solid kind of mid lane.
So what do you think T1 is missing here? They've got the push element from the Shaman. They've got some really good lockdown in that Shaman and the Puck as well. You've got the Doom coming in from Doom that will potentially shut down either DK or Morphling. But of course, what else do they need with this draft?
I think they might need to
damage right now.
Yeah, they might need to pick Miracle Hero here because they don't have the last pick. And if they don't pick a mid, they don't pick a carry here.
Oh, they're bringing out the Brood.
Yeah, they are afraid of Brood getting banned out in the last phase.
Right on the money.
How good is Brood in this matchup, though?
I mean, first of all, Brood is true Lion and Trend.
Oh yeah.
These two support doesn't do anything to the Spider, and DK not really does anything to as you need to get to level 2 Dragon Form to really kill the Spiderlings.
Yeah, and Brood now is slightly better against physical damage dealers as well. If you look at Morphling and DK, they do nothing against the Brood. Brood plays at a really fast pace, and also it's a really fast Orchid buyer as well.
Look at T1 instantly that they ban out two of the best heroes that can deal with the spy lane, Skunka and Mars. I think very highly we are going to see Mother on the mid lane, and Geek Fam, their strategy is kind of being thrown out of the bus. So they need to find a Broodmother killer right now and also try to secure the Morphling game, especially where the very mid game. I don't think both Lion and Trent would be able to do too much of an aggression move when it comes to mid game.
Yeah.
So they might need to territory come out.
Yeah, Geek Fam, they banned the Slug as well. Again, we talked about this. Slug can be a choice that T1 we're looking at to break through this Morphling, to break this DK down. But again, this is the insurance from T1, right? You have that Broodmother in the middle lane to control that first 20-25 minutes of the game. Now it is in your Dream Zero. And this also might show that Puck is most likely a support right now because of the Broodmother pick. You're looking for a core.
Do they want to go greedy and go for Spectre? We have seen this before from T1, the Broodmother plus Spectre. You have early game insurance, you have late game insurance too.
The Drow Ranger.
A lot of heroes.
T1 just gone all out.
So this is actually scary right now. You have Drow, who recently got a side buff, multi-shot cooldown reduced, the Gust blind is increased. I don't know, not many people take the talent, but I think it's pretty darn good against Geek Fam right now. The silence, especially the silence component, they have like what? They have two silences. Actually 3, you know, if you include the Doom. Geek Fam with the Shaker pick.
I think this is
a Shaker core.
Bit of a desperation.
For the spiders.
I mean, Morph Shaker is one of your ways to come back into this game, but with the Drow, T1's tower pushing is so much crazier right now. Once your Broodmother able to solidify his lane, and T1 gets a good laning face off, they'll be knocking on your door. And if you don't react to them, they are going to tear down all the towers.
Yeah, knock knock. Who is this? We're taking a spot in the grand finals. This is what T1 is sending right now.
Wow. So we've got such a crazy draft. But craziness aside, I have to know, what do you think? Is it a 2-0 or are we going to game 3?
So far, T1 has 100% win rate on the Broodmother, and it looks like a pretty damn good Broodmother game to me, especially with Shaman against Morphling. I've always liked Shaman as a counter to Morphling and Drow as well. I'm really excited to see T1. I'll go with T1.
Yeah, Geek Fam's draft is quite greedy, right? There's Shaker, DK, Morph, and they want to play slow, but T1's draft, they don't like slow, they like to go fast. I think T1, if they bring out the same performance as game 1, Geek Fam will have a really hard time.
All right, the panel has decided we could be looking at a 2-0, but also if Geek Fam managed to come back, we're going to game 3. Can T1 take this match off of Geek, lock their place in the lower bracket grand final? We're about to find out. OD Pixel and Fog, take it away for game 2.
Thank you very much, Dan and Lee. I mean, yeah, Fog, T1, they've come out with some hot drafts in the past. Is this another one of them, or do you like what Geek Fam's done in response?
Huh. Drow Ranger. I don't think I've seen this hero in a fortnight, it feels like. I don't ever see this hero played, but they do get this 4th pick Broodmother, which looks really good versus the 3 heroes that they'd initially seen, the Treant, the Lion, and the Morphling. I mean, it's definitely looking like a strong one for T1 again.
Well, let's see. And I'm very excited to see how this course
cut the trees. So you started with the Quelling Blade on Puck, trying to ensure that the Drow Ranger has a good start down bottom. And yeah, this Drow pick, interesting. Really curious to see what they're going to make happen with this one and what their idea is of the game with it. Maybe thinking that Broodmother's going to make so much space that this Drow's going to get a crazy amount of space herself, and then Gust versus Morphling is really good. Not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the the start, this is going to be pretty strong against the whole of Geek Fam's lineup, right? You know, other than Morph eventually with the Manta, the other heroes not really going to be rushing anything that's going to help remove that silence, and you know, fully reliant on that, on their spells really to do anything, the Geek Fam heroes. So the early gust could be pretty annoying in the fights.
Yeah. Still positioning bottom 3 heroes. They really want to get the first blood onto In Your Dream. They get the stun. They actually get the follow-up stun with the damage. They should have enough.
Nicely done. Definitely worth it there from Kuku, I think, to first point in the stun to secure first blood. No question about it.
Yeah. Cool. Gives Forever free level 1, a free lane up top for the first 2 levels, but yeah, getting that first blood onto Drow gets you up to a good start for Kuku, because you know that lane's going to be extremely difficult. Treant and DK versus Drow, what can you really do? You have to hope that they just step up past the line and, I don't know, you just get like a million extra right clicks and stuns on them chasing out, because these 2 ranged heroes should be able to bully the 2 melees pretty hard.
And then looking at this top lane, for everyone is off lane Doom, backed up by Yokam Shaman. Putting the pressure onto Raven and Whitemon. Is the Morph going to get good farm up here, or does Raven have to be careful?
He should get okay farm. He just have to watch out a bit of Jokam. I've seen a lot of times... Oh, okay. I've seen a lot of times these Shadow Shamans actually just get surprise kills on Morphling in lane. Like a 1 right click and an Ether Shock from the tree lines, and the Morphling just dies. So definitely gonna have to watch out for that one. And look... That's he.
I was going to say, Raven nearly going down to exactly as you said. He's got to be careful. Yeah, that of course just a level 1 Ether Shock.
This is the value.
Yeah,
it's like the best level 1 nuke in the game, and you have 80 base damage too versus Morphling, who's already low health. So it can be a bit scary in the laning aspect, at least for the first few levels for Morphling versus that hero.
Looking over to mid, I guess pretty much as you'd expect. What K. He's having a fine time. He's getting a good amount of denies as well with the enchant totem, but Miracle able to keep up and eventually almost certainly going to be able to take over by using the camps to the side of the lane.
Yep. And he gets all that experience too. You see he's getting experience from mid, and he's getting experience from the small camp on the left, and he already farmed the southern camp too. So yeah, it'll be about even until I think when Brewmother hits, I think about 5, it's when she really starts to pick up past the Earthshaker. But like we said, it's all Carl wants to make happen, because you know the world's kind of your oyster on this Earthshaker, because Broodmother can't pressure you. You're just getting all the farm in the world. Top Raven. They hit level 3 before Raven actually does, so they want to make an aggressive play
Radiant's middle tower
with that level 2 Scorch to Earth.
Raven's got to be careful. Okay, yeah, okay. He's feeling confident because Whitemon's there with the stun to cancel that the shackles. Yeah, still definitely a lane where Raven's really having to think about how he commits for the CS, and we're starting to see that as he is beginning to fall behind a little bit as the Morph on this, at least the early laning CS.
Yeah.
So just be set for Drow, I guess, down bottom, and In Your Dream's also receiving a decent amount of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big start because of the first blood, right? It gives Kuku this pretty much free bracer at the start. His base damage is actually equivalent to that of the Drow, and In Your Dream's a little bit scared to actually step up. New Leech Seed, of course, too. The new way that it works with these two. They actually can get kill threat onto the Drow. She steps up too far past the threshold.
Yeah, these are, I'd imagine they're going to be pretty static lanes, right? I guess until K starts making moves from mid. Unlikely to... I mean, well, actually, is there any bottom lane? In Your Dream actually getting dove upon it by Zephyr with the Breathe Fire. In Your Dream falling low. He's going to try and knock him back with the Gust, but he won't be able to push back Zephyr. Dragon Tail stun. Is it long enough to stop him jumping? It is. Kuku with the level. I mean, do level 1 Dragon Tail. It's
insane.
So strong. 2.5 second stun duration. Orb's not going to help you.
No, and I mean, okay, I'm wrong about the bottom lane. I didn't think that they'd be able to get 2 kills here. I thought maybe they'd get like the 1 or 2 surprise kills when they have the creep wave pushed back or pushed up, but now In Your Dream also
hits it again. He's going to go down again, surely. He's come back into the lane. They just kill him off a second time. This bottom lane now a complete mess for T1. Apolloson will be able to at least get in and kill Zephyr, but 3 deaths now in this safe lane In Your Dream.
And mid Miracle actually walks up to Carl when he hits 6, and he just echo slams and deletes him.
All right, Geek Fam. They're getting the kills here in this early game. 5-1. Very nicely done here in this opening lanes.
Yeah, Miracle, Miracle, he definitely knows this as a Broodmother player. You can't play the lane when Earthshaker hits 6. If you even have a creep wave on top of you, you're probably dead just to an Echo Slam Enchant Totem hit. So Miracle playing a little bit too aggressive there.
Top.
Top.
They're making the moves. They're over to look for 4-ramp. They're going to be able to get him. And a great stun from Whitemon. Clips the two of them. Yokam's not got any escape either, as Raven and Zephyr will chase him down. As Yokam will try and make them work for it. Raven's actually going to turn his attention back towards the creep hitting, as he knows that Zephyr and Whitemon, they can just run this down. I mean, they're doing excellent here with these lanes and these little movements as well. The top lane out of all three was probably the one where things weren't going quite as great for Geek Fam. And they come up here and they hit hard on that side of the map as well.
Yeah, that one rotation might have actually made it that they win all 3 lanes now. Like you said, Raven was being a bit pressured, but now with that move, he's going to be doing just fine. Cuckoo bottom. He's level 6 already on the DK after this creep. Pops the dragon form immediately to push the wave out. And he's just going to put pressure on your dream. This is a level 4 Drow versus a level 6 DK. What do you do as Drow here? You just have to kind of walk away or call for help from another teammate. You'll be able to protect yourself down in this bottom lane now. Geek Fam, everything now. Looking real good for them.
A lot of
4 up
pressure.
top.
Oh, so they can do it again, the 3 of them. Again, just caught out. Just so much control early on from Geek Fam's heroes. It's allowing them to commit for these kills. And T1, these heroes, they just don't do anything early on in response. They really struggle to turn and beat back onto Geek Fam.
Yeah, great control for the Raven Morphling, who does all of the damage. You just sit there right-clicking with 106 damage. And we've seen these games we've seen Raven, if he's able to start getting some free farm, what he can do as a Morphling as bottom. Then your dream is dead again.
4 deaths right now. This Drow, I mean, her game it's been tossed in the trash. 0-4, and this is going to be so hard for In Your Dream to recover from.
Yeah, and I'm starting to remember why I don't see Drow.
Yeah, because she's dead all the time.
Yeah.
This is rough. This is a rough start. Some heavy carrying that's going to need it to be done by Miracle in this mid brood, as I say. He has done it before. We have seen, as the panel said, I believe, T1, they have had 100% win rate with the Spider.
But he has to watch out when Carl has 8 minutes and he's near got a Blink Dagger. He's got given a free kill too in the mid, so he's super strong. But they're going to be able to get way too far. Yeah,
Wood's trying to very ambitiously sort of hope to walk into Miracle, getting close to him. Was it going to happen? As T1 do punish him straight away, and I think Carl's going to realize his error there. I mean, anytime you sort of come over, start running around in that portion of the map alone, you're probably going to get killed.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive by him there. And now they're going to actually move the lanes, and Your Dream's going to take mid. They're going to put the puck bottom to soak the pressure. They want to go on Raven up top. Not quite 6 yet on 4-up. He's 1 creep. Bottom pulls in, he used an aggressive orb, and he's just dead.
They'll be able to put some serious pressure onto this tower. Probably, almost certainly going to be able to take it. Yeah, Raven coming down as well. This tier 1 is gone. They have just owned the bottom lane completely, Geek Fam.
And look at them moving around again. Their support's incredibly active. They see In Your Dream having some signs of life in the mid lane, and they're like, nah, no more. Sorry, Drow.
Yeah,
we don't want you to have any game.
Fisher tries to come out, but the silence will save him. In Your Dream's able to turn with the curse. Stop the Fisher coming out in time. Whoa! The Zoom just disappears in a frame. As Case gets forward, drops an Echo Slam. Overgrow's out. I mean, they're going to be able to kill the Drow anyway, because In Your Dream tried to go forward to help get the kill. He only ends up dying again. Oh my goodness, 13-3. I mean, we've seen this happen so many times, I feel, in this league. So many sort of best-of-3 series going the whole way. And this is why it's in one game, a team can turn up looking like entirely on top of the world. The second game, it just gets turned on its head. This game so far, In Your Dream 0-5-2. And Geek Fam, they're just owning the map right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot that T1 can really do to react. Now, I mean, Carl has a Blink Dagger because of how good mid-match, as it's going to versus a Broodmother. And now, I mean, the whole game for Brood is it's difficult. You have to be very careful when you move around your spiders with you, because if you get, as we saw the Doom, as we saw Forev, that will happen to any hero. If the spiders are inside of the fight, you will just get deleted. And yeah, I think maybe they thought that this Broodmother was a amazing pick after they banned the Mars as well as the Kunkka, but Earthshaker gonna have an excellent mid-game matchup versus her. And then they last make a Drow. The Drow doesn't do anything.
It's gonna be okay here. Yeah, at least not for a long time in your dreams. Yeah. She's got so much catching up to do. Only 28 last hits at 11 minutes as the carry. Mid lane Doom was never going to do anything. That was, yeah, the tips are coming out for that one. Not quite sure what happened there. Okay, but, I mean, maybe they get the Shaker. He's just still alive. The Orchid's out. Policy from the side trying to kill him off. It's not going to work. He's going to be able to walk away. Paulson will die. And yeah, T1. Maybe I'm starting a bit of the tilting here with the way they're throwing out spells. It's not looking great.
Nope. Okay, they will find Zephyr moving up onto the high ground here with their spiders, but the backup is nothing goes to team. Overgrowth in your dream, okay, he gets involved.
They do manage to get the kill on one, and in your dream stepping over for Whitemon, and in your dream get a second. He can
be
able to help them get the 2 kills there. So something for T1 as they are able to catch out both supports of Geek Fam.
I mean, at least he gets involved. Yeah, they get both supports. We saw Joken was trying to set up a bottom and bye-bye.
Okay. Going to be dropped down. Let's see if this is enough control to kill off K. K trying to break his way out. Fisher onto Forev to stop him getting in. K is on the run. Serpent Ward damage is enough. They will kill off the Shaker. Raven trying to finish off Forev. Forev's running away. Raven can't chase him down. Over to the side. Cuckoo looking over towards Yokam. He's going to have Breed Fire as well. Good to go. Yokam trying for the TP out, but Cuckoo's got the damage to take his life. They'll move over. Also managed to finish off the mid tower. So again, I mean, at least a kill there for T1 as they do punish the Shaker for his commitment.
They're looking to fight mid.
So they can do it. Tower's down. Drop the coil onto Cuckoo. Cuckoo turns with a stun. Not going to get a single hero with that one. Cuckoo surrounded by the 4 of them. They'll bring down the dragon. T1 starting to strike back now. They head over towards Zephyr. They're chasing this tree. Zephyr, can he hide? Miracle's coming in. Silence is up again in a couple of seconds from the Orchid. As they'll be able to nuke him down with the orb into the silence. T1 starting to regain a bit of control here.
Okay. They're getting Geek Fam when they're playing over-aggressive there. You see Cuckoo, even though he's off to this phenomenal game, 3-1 and 8, he can still die. There's still a decent amount of magic damage that does come out from the side of T1. I think he does get he does secure the last hit on the tower, but with that aggressive stance gets picked off. And now, Whitemon, he steps up too far.
He does indeed. He'll turn. The stun. Policy looking for the body blocks, allowing Forev to charge in and get the kill. Fisher's too late from K to save Whitemon. All right. Okay. I mean, for all the start that Geek Fam had, T1 are now doing a very good job of starting to pick apart any opportunities presented to them. And Geek Fam's got to calm it down a little bit. Yes, they've had an excellent start, excellent lead at the beginning of it all, but they can't, sort of throw these kills away. It's just going to give time for Miracle to get his items in, to get back on top, and of course, most importantly for T1, just opportunity for In Your Dream to actually be able to step out on the map without, worrying about Geek Fam's heroes being alive and hunting him down.
Yeah, he's still going to have... I still am so worried for In Your Dream because of the way that the start went. Like, he's 1 in 5, he's 3,000 net worth, he's almost same as the Treant. And these heroes, they all have good ways to get into the backline. Like Morphling, DK is probably going to build Shadowblade or Blink. Yep. Morphling already has Waveform naturally to get into the back too on top of Drow. This game does not feel like it's going to be very easy for In Your Dream at all as it progresses. He will have the silence. That's always... I'm going to be watching a lot for the Gust, because also I think they did see that Raven is going for the Lincolns this game as he's playing versus Doom as well as Shadow Shaman. So, I mean, maybe the Gust can catch this Morphling off guard, but, we've seen Raven have these games where he just... When he gets this type of farm on a Morphling, he really can take over.
Yeah, that really is the worry, how much Raven can do.
Yeah, and if it gets to the point where it's like, this is a Morphling where sure, he's versus some counters, a good amount too, the silences and the disables. But I see the items he's queuing up, and he can avoid a lot of those. If he gets the Lincolns and the Aghanims, he has an Earthshaker on his team. If he's hopping and skipping around, it's going to be a lot harder for them to actually keep him disabled. But that's still sweet. Cool. Yeah, still some time down the line.
Didn't you see me waiting?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, if he does commit for that, though, I think, yeah, you're right. There's definitely the risk, though.
Dire's middle
You know,
tower is under attack.
Is the Lincoln's really going to be enough for him to be jumping in as the shaker and looking for those big hits? I feel like it's not going to be. He's got a lot to worry about if he just try and play like that.
Yep. Oh, he actually misses the Satyr there. Has to back up. Anti-efficiency. Move his courier to kill it. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, it is such a good Lincoln's game, right? Like the instant disables is the biggest thing you're concerned about, and
sure,
you know, Jocam he's gonna get that Aether Lens pretty soon, so still gonna be quite a few ways to break it. Jocam just commits the Serpent Ward's top. He wants to get some tower pressure, get them back on the board in the game. Carl actually has an Invis rune. Echo Slam is up in 8 seconds. Still only the level 1 Echo. Still a bit of a long cooldown. But if Miracle shows him that, he's just gonna die.
Oh, don't do it, Miracle.
Carl's waiting.
Oh,
he shows.
It comes out. I mean, that would have been, yeah, that was very close. I mean, Miracle, yeah, maybe he would have just touched the trees anyway. He was making sure that it was only the spiders going in, so.
Yeah. Carl hits level 12 off of killing those creeps, though, so now the much more important Echo Slam, not only just that Echo damage and initial, but 20 seconds off the CD.
And they find Miracle there. Yes, they can. They'll use it straight away just for the initiation. They've got the burst. That's all that's required to take down the spider.
Tower is under attack.
Might be able to get all 4 bounty runes as well off of that move. And 4 of is stepping up pretty far. They're going to spot him. Carl's after him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
4F. Yeah, no way out of this. 3 heroes on him. Can try and run, but Zephyr's got the ult, and between Cuckoo and Carl, all the stuns in the world to keep control of this Doom.
Dire's middle tower.
They give Cuckoo the kill, so he secures that Blink Dagger, and then they can look to make more initiating aggression moves to get on top of In Your Dream in particular. I like how they save the kill there. It's really important to do that kind of stuff so you can keep your map dominance going. Raven, Lincoln's is done. He is not getting pressured whatsoever. In Your Dream not able to match the farm rate of this Morphling whatsoever. And Geek Fam getting aggressive posturing still. Even though they have Echo and DK form committed already, as well as Finger committed, still looking to press themselves a bit forward.
Yeah, I think they know as long as they play aggressive, it's going to be much less like the Raven gets found. And indeed, bottom, Cuckoo with that blink reveal, catching out Polison, setting up a good bit of money there for Raven. Gets himself an easy kill thanks to the backup of the DK.
They already have double blinks, like double blinks 15 minutes versus a Drow Ranger. I mean, I don't know. In Your Dream's game, I don't know how he's going to get involved ever inside of the fights. He has to be so far back. They have to have such a good way of actually securing his positioning. It'll be really tough for him. But T1, they're looking to actually smoke and engage versus the lack of ultis. But Carl's ult's up in 15. Can they find the window?
So they can get the jump. It's going to be down to the Dream Core already. He's going to drop it onto Cuckoo. But then Cuckoo's pretty tanky though, and already Raven is going to turn. They're going to get Miracle. He's caught on the back lines, and Cuckoo, he's jumping in for more. Gets him with the Dragon Tail onto the Shaman. See if they can finish this off. It would be under the tier 2 tower. Do they want to dive this Geek Fam? Carl's
ready.
He's ready to jump in. Zebio coming in your dream, but there. Carl gets the Ghost and the Hex does catch Carl out. He's done as well. They kill a Cuckoo. They're going to be able to get K as well. As he gets the he got the slam off. He did get the slam off. And Zephyr, did he actually get in your dream? He's going to be able to with Raven. All right. Okay. Total carnage there underneath the tier 2. Nearly looked to be amazing for T1 as it did seem like they were going to be able to silence and control it. Oh, he's dead as well. White Mom finishes him off with the finger, so everybody does end up going down there on T1. As, yeah, there's living just long enough to get that Echo Slam off. It was so close to T1 being able to have the control between the silences and the Hex to make sure that he doesn't. But he does, and Geek Fam remain on top.
Yeah, I mean, if Drow Ranger doesn't get that perfect gust and they don't get that instant hex, they all just are going to get deleted. That Echo Slam would have killed probably 3 heroes instantly from that jump. Raven ends up being the big winner out of all of it there. Level 15 now on this Morphling. And T1, the way they initiated starting that fight was insane. They coiled the DK. Cuckoo is having an amazing game. This is not a squishy DK by any means. He's got 26 armor, and they coiled him to start it off. I think they should be like so surprised that they actually ended up okay in the fight. I think it was very destined to be a total disaster for them. And I don't see these fights getting much easier. Miracle is going to be getting a BKB pretty soon. That's probably the biggest one, so he can actually play the game, because he's just getting chain disabled every time he gets seen.
Yeah, at least then he can come onto the squishy heroes, the supports, the you know, even sort of the morph if he's, you know, they're able to pop that Lincolns and catch him whilst he's shifted high in the Agi.
Yeah, he just has to.
Yeah.
He has to pull the attention away from In Your Dream. Like, even if he just BKBs and runs in and, you know, he's getting hit and everything, it allows In Your Dream to at least get something off in the back lines. But I don't know if the Drow really is going to do too much even with the space if he does get given that.
He's being hunted here. He's going to get found. Reveals himself. I mean, that's always a risk there when you know how good Geek Fam's lineup is and getting on top of you.
Oh, look top Zephyr.
He's going to look to lock down Yokam. The rest of the team coming in to offer up the damage. Yokam trying to run. He can't get out of this one. Another kill for Whitemon. Cuckoo and Raven already chasing right towards 4F. They're able to get him. Blink stun setup from Cuckoo. The rest of Geek Fam coming across. There is a Drow. I mean, In Your Dream, can he do anything to save him? Will turn with the gust. That will actually be enough there to keep 4F safe.
He really wants the rune. Oh, 4F decides against it. He probably would die if he does go for it. And I think, again, that's going to be 4 bounty runes for Geek Fam. They are not giving T1 any space at all in this game.
And now
the laning phase.
They've got the triple blink up on Geek Fam as Zephyr's also picks one up.
He's already been such a nuisance getting in the backline. 6'4" and 14. This Treant Protector is... I mean, he seems like he's always in the right positioning to jump the targets. Is mid. Carl, he's got an invis.
He's going to go for the Drow. He's going to go for the Drow. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. Can they get more, though? Can T1 maybe get some kills in return? Miracle, who's going to turn towards the Doom, is down onto K. They're almost certainly going to get this Shaker with the Serpent Wars beating into him. They will. So they lose the Drow, but they are killing the Shaker. So, you know, with T1 being behind, they'll take those 1-for-1 trades.
Yeah, not a fantastic position, though. Yeah. They did have to commit their Doom as well. So Doom and Echo Slam both going to be similar cooldowns. Geek Fam can still probably look to make more aggressive moves as soon as they're up.
I'm ready to see Raven make those
Raven's on.
Cool plays. He's got the Ags, so it's done. The build is complete. Going for the BKB next, and yeah, absolutely necessary. As we talked about, there's just so much control for the morphs. So trying to do this.
Once you have 18, you have
Radiant are scanning.
swing time on Enchant Totem, did they not? So I mean, he's actually
but I guess that doesn't matter.
It's so minimal. Yeah, I know.
Because he's turning into the range form. Does that do anything for the attack? Does it make the attack go out faster when he's back in the morph form? It might do. I don't know.
I think it might. I don't know actually.
No, it might.
That was the only.
It depends.
I mean, it might make it. It might make. He looked like he attacked really fast out when he shifted back into.
Yeah, when he goes from top.
See you later.
For Whitemon is the extra damage. They may catch them on the way out though. No, Whitemon's already able to TP away, and Zephyr, he's in there. He's in the trees. 4F is going to continue to cut. Or he's not. Zephyr's going to get away with it.
What?
Can't find him.
He actually survives. Gotta stick himself around here now too. He knows there's no ward on the left side either because he does live there, and he even gets a bounty rune now because of that.
Alrighty. With the way it's gone, the time's been there. Raven's now got the BKB. So with BKB and Lincolns, he can just go absolutely crazy with this, you know, the Shaker build.
And he has a Lincolns from the Earthshaker, as we were mentioning, so more protection in case he does you know, get potentially doomed if there is going to be coming out. Yeah, this is looking just so... I mean, look at In Your Dream. S and Y drum. Like, what the hell is that? What's that going to do versus Morphling? Cuckoo jumps forward. Excellent. Off the mark.
A little unnecessary, but hey, they get the kill. Job's done. Silence onto Whitemont. Dream Coil into the multi-shot, but that's it. That is it. Nothing more to be thrown out there for T1. Cuckoo. Dragon Tail's done. Raven's in. It's looking pretty good here for Geek Fam. You know, when you see Raven in this position, having this sort of game as the Morph, especially with this Shaker combo, like it wouldn't be Raven. I don't know how Raven would ever lose this sort of a game now.
Agreed. That's what I was concerned about. You know, whenever I see Raven Morphling, and we see from like, I think it was like yesterday, right? He was like 18-2 or 18-1, or the day before he was 18-1 on the Morphling. But this guy is, he is one of the top Morphlings for such a long time, and when he gets this type of space with this type of lineup around him, he just can definitely carry and take it away. And he has an Earthshaker, so we can have a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it's going to take some sort of seriously uncharacteristic mistakes from Raven right now for T1 to really get a chance in this game, as everything has sort of been spelt out for Raven to be able to take this one home for Geek Fam right now. Having a very, very good time here in game 2, and again, just, you know, always excellent to see these teams in these best of threes really, you know, never really be knocked down at all from game 1. I think, you know, one thing you do certainly get from the SEA teams is that they're very good at sort of just wiping the slate clean, starting afresh, coming in with something new and adapting. And that's one of the reasons why we've seen so many of these series where it's just so back and forth from game 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah. A lot of inconsistency too for some of the teams in the region, but at the same time too, like you said, I mean, SEA, they're used to these crazy games that, hey, you can always come back. The game's never over, so, you know, the series is never over.
I mean, looking at T1's side of things, is there anything coming out soon that's going to make much of a difference? I mean, does it really feel like it for In Your Dream? He's still just having to go for this slow stat build-up. S&Y, he's got Dragon Lance and BKB, no item there that's... It was really going to feel like he's allowed to change the impact that he's having on this game. Miracle's trying to get the Hex, so at least then, you know, again, just adding in these ways that they can trip up the Morphling. But as we've mentioned, just Raven having the BKB, as long as he's cautious and uses that nice and early, he's going to have more than enough time to at least start the fight getting 1 or 2 kills, and to the point where even if he does get locked down, there's just not going to be the heroes alive on T1 to actually kill him.
Yeah. The team fight from Geek Fam is also just insane. Well, T1's team fight is just not very strong at all. It's the puck coil and that's it. There's not really great follow-up. I mean, Geek Fam just has everything really to follow up. They have the Earthshaker, the Treant, the DK who had this great game. Like, everything was there for them even before they got those items, and now that they have the items, it's a lot more luxury, a lot easier for them to execute them. T1, I don't know how they can take any of the fights, especially now into Aegis. Before, you know, dooming Raven is an option, but they still have to break through double Lincolns, and now an Aegis too. It's just so damn hard. And I just don't know what In Your Dream can do. Like, I feel like his items, none of these do anything. Like, they don't really actually change any type of scheme of the game. He needs some sort of item.
There's a lot of damage here from Raven. It's soon to be a lot more as well. He's very close to having the Eagle song.
Oh boy.
Mid. Oh, Paulison. Well, actually survived that initial burst there from K. Okay, not quite able to get that kill this time round. Raven. Oh, he found. Miracle's got to run. He's running, he's trying to get away. Zephyr, he's in. Is he going to pop the ult? What's he going to do? No, Miracle's still juking through the trees. They're looking for him. BKB pop, but bam! K just slaps him down. As that's a BKB charge gone, and it's a Miracle out of the game for 50.
Yeah, and that was that backswing animation right there for the Enchant Totem, just beating him. Just kidding. Raven top finds for him.
These BKBs just aren't doing anything for them against the physical that Raven and Carl can offer with this Enchant Totem. They just beat through the Magic community every single time. They do not care about them one piece.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
This one's pretty impossible. I'm just watching in your dream. You know, he's farming, but farming for what? Because, I mean, his hero just can't contribute anything versus what he's up against. Geek Fam, they will back up as Polson has cut the creep wave, and Polson, see you later.
Another thing about for Whitemon. Just kill after kill after kill, and yeah, it does feel like, you know, T1 may be trying to experiment a little bit with the Drow pick, and the experiment has it's certainly not been a success.
Yeah, I don't know what they can really do. Like, the map is suffocated for them. They don't have great damage to gank in the sides, even if like heroes are isolated. You know, the Geek Fam heroes have ways to protect themselves. So their supports haven't been showing. They've been really good around the map about hiding, and it's just the core heroes showing. And you have to commit. I think you have to just commit like 4 heroes for T1 to ever kill one of these cores, and yeah, you're just not going to get anything good out of it. This is a rough one to watch. At least Raven's having fun. I'm just gonna watch Raven.
Yeah, he is. You know, Raven's just having a great time here.
Jump around, and here we go. He sees a target.
Easy
He
kill.
gets rid of the target.
And is there any more targets from T1 ready to present themselves? Not looking
Maybe
like
Miracle.
They're trying to run away. Miracle. He has got his BKB ready. And there it is, trying to save him, but the enchant term hit from Raven will do it yet again. He just doesn't stop. The tips coming out as Geek Fam making sure they really do the damage before the game 3 comes around. Trying to hit T1 as hard as possible inside and outside of the game here mentally.
Look at In Your Dream where he's standing, by the way. You know he's been inside of the fountain for about 45 seconds. He can't walk up. He can't step up. If he walks up to the tier 4s, he'll die. He can't leave the fountain. That's how sad it is for the Drow this game.
Oh no, Drow AFK, go end mid.
Look, he has not the fountain. He's actually just
He's actually end mid, GG.
Okay, he stepped up.
I know
Oh god, he stepped up. Watch out, In Your Dream. Steps up, multi-shots back to the fountain. They can't halt Geek Fam.
Just taking these racks. They'll go for one more, but Cuckoo's in! He's just straight in underneath the tower. Sam comes out and take down the Shaman. The BKBs are there, but what can they do? Miracle, he's just getting beaten down by Raven. Miracle's dead. No buyback on him, and they're driving them straight back towards the fountain here. A buyback comes out for Yoka, but they're going to call it. GG, well played. Is called as Geek Fam in this game 2. They got the Raven Morph, they got the Morph Shaker. They showed that it's still as deadly as it has been in the past. And Drow Rain.
really want to come in with
Dire
a
team
fresh,
back.
clear of mind and try to forget about your past glory. It's all about this one game right
That
now.
one moment.
Yes.
This is the
Radiant
BO1.
team back.
Whatever picks you have, whatever losses that you gotten, just forget about it. It doesn't matter anymore. Just like how sometimes when I change the device, I tend to forget. Not I tend to. I want to forget about my old device that keeps hanging in the middle of my game, which is why I've chosen Omen. So quick shout out to them for providing us with this thin and light gaming powerhouse. And I know I've been doing this shout out for more than a month, but I sincerely and genuinely approve of how good this device is, this laptop, the performance and graphics, and it's definitely going to optimize your gameplay experience, so do remember to check them out.
And not only Omen, we have
10
Tumi as well to
seconds remaining.
help us shine in our fashion game and making sure that we,
5
even though we are not 10k
seconds
MMR in Dota, but we are 10k MMR in our fashion game. So make sure you check out the Tumi backpack. They are
Dire
giving 2
team
free backpacks right now every single day throughout the entire tournament. So make sure you sign up at tumi.com/esport to stand a chance and win this beautiful baby.
Yeah, we've only got today and tomorrow as well. So only 4 more backpacks, guys. So make sure you get your entries in for
Radiant
today.
team
And also don't forget to sign up for the Tumi giveaway for tomorrow. But not just the Tumi backpack, we've also got our Logitech G mouse giveaway. Make sure you enter that as well if you head on over to the link listed in the banner below. Fill in the survey, you'll be in the running to win a Logitech G gaming mouse. So good luck to all of you for entering our mouse
10
giveaway.
seconds remaining.
And dare I say it again, Nerif's Prophecies entries for that
5
is also
seconds remaining.
closing tonight. If you don't know what that is, all you need to do is predict who will be in the grand final tomorrow. And I've already given you a hint. If you don't know who's in the grand final, I have no idea what to say.
Yeah, probably living under a rock.
I mean, if you are feeling adventurous and you don't want to vote for the obvious team, there are 3 teams for you to choose from.
Of course.
Of course, right? Just
pick.
want to mess with the RNG a bit. But of course, there are other ways to gain extra entries, and that is by following One Esports on their social media platform, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at One Esports, and use the hashtag OneDota2 whenever you share a post. You will get a cute emoticon on Twitter. But not just that, One Esports also have their own
10 seconds
merchandise. They just
remaining.
came out with a new line of apparel, especially t-shirt. I've checked out the
5
store. They have
seconds remaining.
great designs, especially for Dota players who would like to flex their dominance in game or show their carrying side as a support. Just visit shop.oneesports.gg and use the discount code CDOTA10 whenever you make a purchase.
All right, it's almost time for our final game of the night. Someone's going home,
Radiant
and only
team
one
pick.
team is going to remain to play against TNC tomorrow in the lower bracket grand final. This is, for anyone that's just tuning in, this is the lower bracket semi-final. So the winner will at least guarantee top 3. And of course, loser will be placing 4th in the playoffs. Draft is ready, folks. Let's jump
10
in.
seconds
I am
remaining.
so ready.
All right, T1, they're asking Polosan, yo,
Dire team
brother,
back.
what is the potentially last hero you want to play for your last match? And it will be the Clockwork.
Yeah.
Not surprised at all. And Geek Fam is going to go back to their Treant plus Lion combo. Has shown
Radiant team
really
back.
good value. Managed to dominate lane, and we all have been saying how
Dire
important the
team
laning
back.
phase is, especially against T1. And T1 is going to switching up too. They are going for the Bat Rider pick for the Treant.
Yeah, it's a I think it's a pretty positive mentality when you're playing this elimination match. Ask yourself, ask your teammate, what
Radiant
is
team
the
back.
one hero that you want to play if this is your last game of Dota?
It's just like OG, right?
Just like OG.
Back in the TA8 finals.
Yeah,
You don't care about anything, don't care about the meta, just follow your own heart.
Yeah,
Follow your heart. Oh, that's so sweet.
I mean,
Team
Polosan,
back.
he played that Clockwork yesterday as well in that elimination match against Neon, and it worked out. He felt really comfortable. We've seen when he started playing Clockwork for the first time in this league, we had some questions, right? This Clockwork, is it really going to work out? But Polosan proved that he is still one of the
10
masters
seconds remaining.
of this what do you call this robot? This hero.
5 seconds
I think that's the easiest way to
remaining.
describe him, right? He is a hero.
Radiant
He is a hero.
team
He is
back.
also, actually, is he a clock? No,
He's a robot.
He's a
the
robot.
robot.
Is he? Yeah.
Is he? I
I-
want to know, why is he called Clockwork?
I
though?
prefer his original name, the Rattle Trap.
Yeah, I love Rattletrap. That's a nice name. All right, so I'm not surprised
10
here. Brood's
seconds
taken out of the
remaining.
pool after that Nature's Prophet. So no more Brood for Miracle.
5 seconds
Although I think
remaining.
after that last game, I'm not sure if you'd really want to go back for that Brood.
Yeah,
Radiant
especially knowing
team
that Geek Fam, they are they have already coming in prepared. They know that they want the Shaker against the Brute. Who knows how many other heroes they have for the Brute Mother as well. So T1 is gonna take things back to the easier route, going to back to the co-op. Also taking away one of the most favorite hero of Geek Fam as well.
Yeah, so T1 snatching that Queen of Pain for themselves, and for the last game, T1 they have the last pick, so that is kind of a plus side that allows them to adjust to what Geek Fam has. The first two games they didn't have the last pick, so maybe the Draw Ranger came out in the second game and allowed Geek Fam to just respond with an Earthshaker pick immediately. So T1 they can use the leverage, but again, Geek Fam yesterday, they have this Legion Commander as that guy, as that hero that Cuckoo shine on. This time they're going to bring it back once more.
I love the changes from Geek Fam because leading up to this, right, it would always be Cuckoo's hero picked up last. But now it seems like they're changing things up. Maybe this is also to throw off their opponents as well. Remember the whole conversation we had about conditioning, right?
Okay.
If you keep doing something enough times, the enemy just expects it.
Yeah.
But now that they're sort of changing up the flow, I'm very sure T1 are looking at this. Of course, they look at it through a normal drafting perspective, but they also got to be thinking, what's going to happen with that last pick? Maybe this Legion isn't for Cuckoo.
There's still the Anti-Mage and the Morphling in the pool. So right now T1, again, Miracle Hero, it has always been the 4th pick. They have to make a choice right now. And I think regardless of whether it's an Anti-Mage or Morphling, Geek Fam, they have ways to shut this hero down early on, like what they did in the previous game. So T1, it is their decision to decide how they are gonna what hero they want to pick and how to play around this hero right now according to the draft that they already have.
Yeah, T1 looking pretty good. They have last pick themselves. We have always known T1 is one of the better teams to really utilize the last pick because they have so many of their cheesy picks that they can gimmick, come out with the gimmick. And I think they are lacking of a 5 right now, so probably gonna pick Polosen's hero or maybe Jokum's hero, so that they don't reveal so much of an information to Geek Fam. But I like your point, the conditioning thing, throwing that off, definitely surprised T1 a little bit. You have the LC against Bat Rider and Co-op. Either you put it on the mid lane or the off lane against the Bat, it would be always great.
Snapfire now for T1, so this could possibly be a Miracle Queen of Pain again. Remember that game where Miracle got absolutely destroyed and he came back with a clean Queen of Pain? We're seeing that again.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the variation for the Queen of Pain icon as well.
1,000 Sonic Waves and he won those games. This is how much he has played Queen of Pain. But Geek Fam, Raven and T-Mage in the house, and they take out the Alchemist, which is one of T1's cheese pick as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally no physical damage coming out from T1 side. Every one of them does magical damage, and there's a lot of spells you can reflect to as well, especially the lasso. T1, not only they don't have any physical damage, they don't have tower push as well.
Yeah.
Lockdown is not really great against Anti-Mage 2 if Raven is really on fire today.
This is a little shocking because T1 across most of their drafts are very well rounded. They have push, they have gank, they have early game aggression, great 4 protect 1, but this one seems way too different.
This could be I'm not a big fan of the Morphling right now because of the draft that Geek Fam has, but T1 might still be setting up for that Morphling. First of all, TB got banned. Second of all, they banned out the Lina, another hero that really destroys that Morphling. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick the Morphling and place it on In Your Dream and let him play mid. We have yet to see that, but we know for a fact that In Your Dream plays the Morphling like a beast as well.
They play fantastic Morphling from the last games that we saw. Final ban here from T1. Now, we know T1 has that final ban. There we go, there's the Kunkka. Also the final pick. How do you play around a team that has the final pick? If your team doesn't have that final pick, of course, an outdraft is one great way to counter that. But is there any other way you can sort of play around that last pick? Maybe have a draft that forces the enemy to use the last pick as a countermeasure instead of a gotcha?
Yeah, I mean, you can pick heroes, like let's say like this last pick, right? The 23rd. You pick a hero that is strong in lane, goes even with the matchup, doesn't is hard to pressure, and works well with your draft. And I think Geek Fam, their draft so far has been strong enough. Even with the Kunkka ban, they're not going to be worried too much. Void Spirit is a good example of a hero that doesn't really care too much about lane matchup. He will always have a good lane, he will always be dominant, and he always has a way to recover and provide with his team based on its itemization.
I'm really liking Geek Fam's draft here. They have Force Brief to create space for the anti-mage
10
and also
seconds remaining.
LC, Trend Protector, Trim Protector. They have really solid lane for themselves.
5
So
seconds
as long
remaining.
as they don't kind of screw up the laning phase, I do think they have a very good tempo going into the mid game. Especially if anti-mage gets a really good Fury timing. I don't think there's anything that can stop the anti-mage right now with T1's draft.
Yeah.
You know what's terrifying as well? So there's the Void Spirit, there's the Anti-Mage. What lockdown do you have on T1 to catch these two?
Not much.
Not much.
You're fully relying on the Clockwork's Hulk, which is kind of hit or miss.
Why would you draft like this? It looks, is this just pure aggression from T1? You're
This
just
is-
gonna try and fight.
This is go time,
You
right?
just want to run over Geek Fam right now on T1's draft.
Like yesterday when they picked the Queen of Pain, I think Neon Esports, they didn't expect Queen of Pain to be on Miracle. Right? So Alchemist got through, they picked the Alchemist, and that's how they kind of won. But Geek Fam, they've seen this yesterday, they were watching. So the Alchemist ban is definitely warranted. Right now, T1 with the PA, they are just looking to outpace this anti-mage and end the game before anti-mage comes online.
Yeah, this is a game about snowball for T1. If they don't succeed in doing that, first of all, they need to excel in the laning phase first. Otherwise, snowball is not coming true.
Yeah.
It's time to take a page off of what Neon Esports did to them in that second game yesterday. Seemingly
10
impossible
seconds
draft to
remaining.
execute in the late game. There's only one way. You crush the early game
5
and you take that
seconds
all the way
remaining.
to the throne.
All right, so it's our final predictions for the night. Are we going for classic 4 Protect 1 on Geek Fam, or are you going to go all in with this T1 aggression?
I always like to live life on the edge. I'm going all in. T1.
T1?
I do believe Geek Fam has a very well-rounded draft, and I'll go with Geek Fam Raven. I'll put my prediction on him.
Yeah, Raven and Miracle. Carl, and in your dream, this is it.
This is it. Folks, it's our last game of the night. Who gets eliminated? Will it be T1 or will it be Geek Fam? We're about to find out our last match of the night. OD Pixel and Fogged, take it away for this magnificent finale.
Yes, it certainly should be a pretty spectacular finale. We're getting some big heroes on the carries once again. PA coming out as that final pick for T1 Miracle. Obviously, the ones to take their hands to it. And obviously on the side of Geek Fam, they're going to show us what they can do with the anti-mage. We saw earlier the series Miracle have a great game. And the question is, Fog, is Raven going to be able to have a similar level of AM gameplay?
He's versus 0 stuns.
Okay.
There's a hook shot and Snapfire Cookie are the only 2 stuns in the game. This looks like a pretty godly anti-mage game. He's versus a Queen of Pain core as well, so that int matchup is going to be there. He has 2 different forms of save behind him too. The Legion Commander for press the attack versus Lasso, which is one of the other disables he has to worry about. This looks really tough for T1. If they don't get the ball rolling really fast, I'm definitely concerned for them in the mid and late game.
All right, well, let's see. Is it going to be a free AM game, or to, deciding T1 have some surprises up their sleeves with this PA as we get ourselves into game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Now for the old razzle dazzle. Friends, let us skirmish.
So as you said, it looks pretty good for the anti-mage. If you're looking at T1's lineup, though, what can you sort of see that could get going early? Like, what could work quite well for their lineup and allow them to abuse this anti-mage pick before it's too much of a problem?
That is a great question.
You're not a fan of this T1 draft.
I'm really not liking it, honestly. I think they literally have no stuns. They have no real stuns for the NT mage, and he has a press the attack behind him. So it's like he's protected versus the only really long disable, which is that Lasso. I think it's really just up to snowballing lanes. I think if In Your Dream it doesn't snowball mid, I think that they're in so much trouble. If he does a bad matchup mid, I don't know how they're going to make moves around the map. It's really going to be just him who can. Miracle, I think, should have a good game bottom. That's the one thing that I'm looking at here. He's versus Cuckoo, and this is a pretty strong dual lane, the Snapfire and the PA. So he should be off to a good start, but it's just, can he actually make PA work without a steroid? That's the other things too. I don't really see PA work too well when you don't have something that makes you stronger, a bloodlust, an arm power, something along those lines. And there is a lot of ways for him to be addressed. Right away, securing that AM's lane, try lane up top. Cogs will protect Forev to keep him alive, but they're now zoned out atop. We'll see what Poloskin does to recover it. Probably try to cut some creep waves.
Are they going to keep this like this? Have to try at top, or like, you know, does Cuckoo need any help bottom, or can he be left alone?
He can be left alone a lot easier. Now, he's going to be able to get something out of bottom anyway. Their chase at level 1 isn't very strong. 2 is when Cuckoo has to worry, but he should be level 2 himself, so he can press the attack, so he can actually get some experience. And the lane's actually pushing in his favor, so this is a really nice setup for Geek Fam to start it off. As we said, if they should fall behind in lanes on the side of Geek Fam. This is all about what T1 wants, is to crush the lanes and just to play at an advantage. So if Geek Fam can come out even, they'll be very happy.
Oh, we see it top, yeah, just this presence of the two supports making it impossible, really, for Harev to start putting an A-palm down on Raven.
Yeah.
Getting all the
good
space
creep pull, though.
For.
Poloskin doing pretty much the only thing he can do up in this top lane, get that creep pull back. He gets a whole wave, so they're going to be able to deny a lot of it. Raven also is going to pull. Yep, and Raven also pulls the creep wave behind his tower, too, so he will also deny a creep wave. So it'll even out because of the way that Raven played the lane.
All right, and then they're looking down bottom. Miracle, 9 for 1. Yeah, Cuckoo himself, as you say, he's going to find something, but not necessarily quite as much as he would if they did have sort of the dual lanes going.
Yeah,
but,
he's just getting levels. They're all about the AM in this game. I think Geek Fam is recognizing, like, if Raven gets full secured free farm in this game, there's like no disables, and he's gonna be able to farm so much faster than Miracle because it's an anti-mage versus a PA with no steroid. AM will naturally just get that faster farm if he's left alone.
And it doesn't feel like it's another game, right, where it feels like it's not going to be that easy for the Quap to have a huge impact, right? You know, 3 cores that have ways to dodge or keep themselves safe against the burst from the Quap when she does start to make the moves. And the supports, right, you've got to be careful how you play, because suddenly if Lion's able to turn and get the stun out, you're probably not getting out alive.
Yeah, super long duration disable coming out from the Lion. Void Spirit also good disable. Same thing for Legion. Yeah, it's a lot of different things he's gonna have to watch out for. Legion, you know, not easy of course to set up onto Queen of Pain, but when you have Lion, it makes things that much easier to set up.
And to the point where do you think in your dream he's going to have to go for the Yules first this game? Or
I don't think he can.
You have to just force the Orchids so that you do at least have good kill potential.
Yeah, I think if he has to fall back for a Yules in this game, they've already lost the game. I think if he has to go for Orchid. Otherwise, they really can't make any aggressive moves onto Raven.
I'll see bottom. Cuckoo has got this wave in a very nice position. Lots of CS to be had under the tower.
Yep. So, and this is a solo Legion commander that's getting... He's almost level 4 already. This is pretty huge for Cuckoo.
Yeah, this lane setup certainly looking pretty hot for Geek Fam, no doubt about it. The mid lane matchup, 17 for 3, 14 for 2. So, K... it's pretty even, really. There's still a few creeps here for In Your Dream to get. As K actually getting very low.
Fire baiting.
Yeah, going to be all right there. And In Your Dream, of course, just not wanting to throw out the dagger, knows that there's the point in the dissimulate, so it'll be very easy for K to dodge. And has got the bottle. Yeah, so can stay in lane.
Bottle versus bottle. Let's see who gets the rune. Zephyr already going to be checking toward that top rune. Same thing with Poloskin. So we'll see who gets that one. Carl really needs his. He used a lot of his HP to make sure that he secured all his last hits early on. Now In Your Dream starting to play very aggressive in the mid lane. 2 points in the Shadow Strike and 2 points in the Scream, 0 in Blink.
Yeah, it's okay, a little slow there with the dissimulate. Actually does get hit by the Scream. And yeah, unless he gets lucky and it's bottom, K's not going to get this rune, and it's not bottom, it's top. Zephyr has to grab it to stop In Your Dream from being able to pick it up. So K now, without a bottle refill, he's going to have to sit very low. All right. All right, Haste Rune certainly paying off, not only able to deny it from In Your Dream, well, they're getting a courier as well.
I don't know, Train Protector is one of those really amusing heroes to watch when he's hasted. He just takes those humongous leaps.
Yeah, he just looks very out of character when he comes charging at you.
Yeah. 4F top, the rotation's coming. Zephyr's here, they have the Hex. Raven, more than enough damage to maybe get 4F.
Oh,
one more hit.
Less. Oh, he couldn't get the last hit. He couldn't get it. And he's not going to waste any more time chasing. So 4F, yeah, only just. It looked like he was going to go down, but that fire saves him. At the same time, bottom lane, they will manage to make a move in onto Cuckoo under the tower. Paulison comes in, and with the cookie, they can set up to take Cuckoo out of this lane. But I guess, as you said, this is expected for Geek Fam. This is the lane where you do have a hero on his own. He is going to be the most susceptible to being ganked.
Yeah, and it was a 3-person rotation. Like, Snapfire is already a very good ganking hero with the PA. You have a lot of chase potential, and Cuckoo's already 5, or almost level 5. I think he's very satisfied with what he's gotten. Also gets a... Oh, okay, did not put a Sunshake. He actually put an Obs Ward, so will likely lose his Obs Ward down bottom on the hill.
And we'll start to see these moves come out from K and In Your Dream. In Your Dream's hit the 6. K should do so as well with this creep wave. That's when both of these mids are going to be incredibly active. Or at least, you know, calling for a +1 to head over to the mid lane. And already we have that coming in. Zephyr's going to TP over. And also the White Mon hanging around. These 6-minute runes again. Geek Fam doing their best to control this.
He probably can't get the rune on the Queen of Pain. Polson actually walks forward though onto White Mon. White Mon.
Invisibility.
I mean, White Mon, yeah, he's going to turn. I mean, that's sort of... I guess K, he's still got 2 bottle charges, so he didn't really care too much about getting the rune down bottom.
He's actually going on In Your Dream.
Nearly gets him. In Your Dream able to blink out at the last moment. Also did have Paulison behind if any dives were to come into play. Zephyr.
Still know it's on cooldown for a couple of seconds to blink, but back up in 2. The blink is back and ready. They're going to try to control him.
Ooh, and
got the damage.
He did. That last tick getting him despite blinking out. The debuff was still upon him.
Miracle turns up.
He dies to it. K's able to get away. He's still got a step charge. He's also got to assimilate. Miracle can't dive for this.
Yeah, that Leech Seed, I think the tick of the Astral Step plus the Leech Seed tick after, right? Once he blinked out, ends up dying to that one. Nice play there by Geek Fam. I mean, Carl really pushing the limits of his Void Spirit. And he's looking to stay mid. They're porting to fill his bottle up again.
There are 3 heroes here, though. Miracle he's just going to make his way back down bottom. But yeah, he says just the read from them there, knowing the exact cooldown of the blink.
Under attack.
Yep.
These sort of little opportunities early on to get aggressive onto these elusive heroes top lane. They're going to chase for 4F this time. Do they have the damage? They do. 6 is hit. Raven's got the mana void to claim the life of the bat. And that's why Miracle continue to get kills as well. 1-0-1 now as he picks up the Treant.
Yep. Both of these carry players off to a fantastic start right now. Cuckoo also playing very aggressively forward, and Polson's here.
Radiant's top tower.
Let's see if Cuckoo's going to get any assistance coming in on this bottom lane. There is going to be a TP coming in from the Void Spirit, but the Snapfire Cookie forward into the Scatter Blast. Another kill onto Cuckoo. So T1, they are doing a fine job of getting Miracle involved, fighting with this PA early on. He's got this triple Wraith Band build, so a lot of damage.
They have to be reacting and getting all these kills. It's 4-2, so they're doing a good job in the kill front, but you see it's already a 1k gold advantage. Raven is getting all the space. His supports are leaving him alone for the most part up top too. So level 7, 2 pieces of that Battle Fury finished already. Supports will be a bit under-leveled because of this on the side of Geek Fam, because they're moving around so much, but you can see what, you know, the entire point of their draft is Raven. All eyes on this anti-mage to get the most incredible start possible, as he has such a good matchup in the later stages. And now the smoke comes out. As you said, Carl has his level 7, also DD rune, 2 Astral Steps at the ready. Can definitely kill the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, take it at Hex.
T1's already reading this.
Yeah, they're going to turn over towards the clock. K's going to jump in for the kill. The sun's out for 2 of them, but the cookie's out on to White Mon. So 1 for 1. Was T1 the one?
No Astral Step available.
Can they? Yeah, he's got the dodge of the dagger with the dissimilate. And they are going to still try and dive, as you say, knowing that his cooldowns are all on at the moment. Holding his ground, though. And actually is somehow living. Finally, they'll blow the Sonic Wave to kill him off. The infused raindrop saving Yokam from the mana void. As Raven did try and come across to get something in return, wasn't able to do so. So this time around, you had T1 with a good read, knowing that they can get in on the Void Spirit whilst he had no further escape potential.
I loved how they played around that one there, just playing super aggressive. I saw what Carl was doing. He was trying to avoid the cookie. That's why he was holding his ground, so that nobody can actually get cookied on him. Ends up getting hit by it, though. But Cuckoo gets a lot of space from that bottom during that whole entire thing. He's farming very well on this solo off-lane Legion Commander, level 7.
I'm going to try and play with him a little bit, but Yokam's very low. Yeah, Yokam has to cookie away. Cuckoo nearly able to just walk up and duel the Snapfire.
I can't believe how good of a game Cuckoo's having. They're being left alone. 45-11. Look how much net worth advantage he has over Forev. Forev's actually being chased out top, and he'll go down.
Yeah, the irons for Cuckoo are going to come that much faster. I mean, already just having this double bracer and phase.
Oh, in your dream.
This Legion's pretty scary. They've got the drag back. And Blink's still on cooldown for 10 seconds.
Body
Cuckoo
blocks.
coming in for the duel. Can he get it? The Cookie's done. Holding them down. There it is. Steps in for the duel. Cuckoo gets the kill. Miracle's tried to
And Miracle.
Cuckoo and K, they could just turn around and start taking him out. He's got to run. Remnant's out. Won't grab Miracle, though. As K, unable to find the grab, jumps up with the Astral Step towards Yokam. Cuckoo getting beaten down by the Ancients, but Paulison is able to get the final touch, get the kill. To simulate jump to the side, K's got to back off. As T1 responding in full force there to push them back. Cuckoo does die, but hey, he's happy. He's able to kill off the Quap, and he got that dual damage bonus.
And they're forcing just reaction after reaction after reaction. Miracle's being pulled around the map. He's farming still pretty well, but Raven is the big winner. He's getting very close to this Battle Fury, and they're also distributing their resources because they force all that aggression to the left side of T1's, of the Radiant side. So the supports respawn, Whitemon goes mid, Zephyr goes bottom, and they're getting a lot more farm out of the map now in comparison to T1. Great execution so far by Geek Fam.
I'm gonna go for smoke. Trying to use this duel every time that it's up. Geek Fam just keeping the pressure on while space is being made for Raven on his anti-mage.
They know that this is where Miracle is going to be farming around that Ancient. Oh, they're going to be able to get him here if he doesn't get...
They've got the opening. There's the Hex. They're in range. Into the stun. Astral as well. They don't even get the chance to duel him.
Come on, Whitemon.
No, come on.
Double ults from the supports. He will get brought out.
And yeah, there's going to be a pause here as the team's going to discuss that. Going to be like, dude, why did you finger him? I mean, sure, go for the finger, but at least get the value is lost there. You could have had the dual bonus and the finger damage.
Or maybe they were trying to save it so that they have lockdown later on.
Yeah, there is an argument for that indeed. It wasn't necessary to use, so... But I mean, everyone, we've all played the Legion, and anytime you miss a dual opportunity for free damage, you're going to feel a little bit upset.
Absolutely.
According to plan.
Yeah, great start though for Geek Fam. T1 still not super far out of it. I'm just a little worried, like I was saying from previously, just from the draft in general. It looks like a phenomenal AM game. I see Forev's game has already been heavily slowed down on the Batrider, and he's countered in this game. Like I was mentioning, he's versus Legion Commander. It's a tough game for Batrider at pretty much all moments when you're playing versus matchup and versus AM. Like AM doesn't care about playing versus Batrider much at all, especially when he's off to this type of start. So little worried for them in that aspect, and the fact that they're all about that early game and they've lost this early game.
Yeah, they certainly have. As you say, anytime you're behind against this AM lineup at this point of the game, it's not going to feel great.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, okay, so it looks like they did discuss something during that pause. Whitemon puts the sentry down to actually, block the Ancient camp out when it does respawn, when they do finish off clearing that. And yeah, Raven gets Iron Talon too from earlier, so he's farming those Ancients much faster than Miracle does because he doesn't have an Iron Talon. And that's Raven's Battle Fury pretty much done in the next few creeps. He's leaps and bounds ahead of Miracle. 2 full pieces ahead of him, in fact.
Let us skirmish.
I'll see. I mean, in your dream, he's trying to get this Orchid complete. It's going to be a bit of time before he has that. It still certainly feels like T1, they can't really wait on those big items. They've got to do something beforehand.
But how do they? They don't have ways to take towers. They don't have this phenomenal, like, overwhelming team fight in comparison to Geek Fam. Geek Fam's, they probably have a little better team fight on T1 than Geek Fam, but it's hard for them to really force the issue. And now Raven he's going to catapult so far forward over the PA. If Raven gets to a point where he has Manta and they don't have Orchid, if they haven't gotten a kill on Raven before he gets Manta, I think this game is going to be pretty impossible for T1. This Coin of Pain is going to get an Orchid that doesn't really do too much if the Manta comes out at the same time as it. So, okay, they really need to press the issue forward here and try to get a number advantage over Geek Fam. Just 5 mana lane, take out a tower. Have to get some more map control for the side of T1 so that this anti-mage doesn't just take over. But it's definitely looking like that. Raven, these are the games that he excels at the most.
Yeah, well, he gets this space. It is definitely a worry. And sure, you know, Miracle on his PA, and as we've said, going for this Battle Fury as well. This is also a hero that can hit some insane levels of farm, but at the end of the day, you're not an anti-mage with the Battle Fury. Unless you're finding kills, you're not able to just move across the map as fluidly as an AM with that Battle Fury.
Yeah. And he actually has to worry about being ganked. That's the thing. It's like he can easily die to rotations from 2 or 3 heroes from Geek Fam, while Raven, it's so hard for them to actually set up because they have no real stuns. They only have like a hook shot into a lasso or some type of crazy way to actually connect. His Snapfire cooking is just never going to happen versus an AM. Just ganking him inside the woods. It's just way too difficult. So they are going to make that move toward top. They are going to do that 4-man to try to go for a tower here, which I do think they need to do. They need to start pressing the issue forward a little bit more.
Oh.
Stun off the mark. Whitemon does show himself up top.
And they're going to find Cuckoo. They're going to go in with a hook shot. They have got the Snapfire as well coming in from the side. They'll get him. Lasso.
Very nice.
It's enough to hold him down in those kisses. So, still though, it's not Raven's anti-mage that's being found. He's down bottom. This tier 1 starting to get very low. They've got to do something with this kill, T1. Maybe they can try and take this top tower themselves.
They have to try. They really have to try. You see Carl, he's making the move up to try to make sure that they don't push down that tower. He's under vision, heavy vision of T1. You can see how much they're prioritizing trying to make this aggressive move. But they can't actually do anything. The Legion respawns. Tower is not pressured. Bounty runes, though. Maybe they can at least claim 2.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Worthy tribute. This should make my life easier.
Just watching Raven's gold go up that much faster, though, throughout all of this. He's having an excellent timing. He's actually... Okay, he's actually going for... He's queued up an S and Y instead of the Manta this game.
I mean, see, he gets away with it, right? I mean, what are you trying to Manta the Orchid, right? The Orchid's the big
just the Orchid, yeah.
But I think he probably feels, you know, as we've been saying, just with the S and Y having that much of HP and beef, and knowing that he has got the save as well from Cuckoo, he knows he's probably not going to die as this anti-mage.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. And maybe he just goes for the disassemble build. We've seen that one a lot in the past, where you just go Manta, and then, you go S and Y, then you go Manta Halberd. So it's pretty good versus PA anyway. I have seen a lot of these AMs do that. Top, the cookie connects.
They're going to jump in. Sonic Wave blows up Zephyr. Okay. And he's going to live. TP over from Whitemon. Still though with Polison and Miracle around. T1 could look for more here. K's got to be careful. Polison's got hook shot in 15. Does K and Whitemon stick back behind the tower?
They're really trying to press the issue forward here. They see Cuckoo running through the river up top too.
Polison. Hook shot now back online. Could look for the grab. He's going to try for Cuckoo, but doesn't quite reach. Not the angle required, as Cuckoo will manage to get away without them being able to set up on it.
Cuckoo definitely the ideal target for them to get every time. A hook shot into a Snapfire ulti most likely will kill Cuckoo almost every time. Wonder if anyone's building toward I haven't seen anyone building toward 4-staff actually on the side of Geek Fam. I feel like teams just don't do... Some people just forget about... Like, you're playing versus Clockwork, and it used to be just like people would just straight rush it. Sometimes now it's just... They just forget about it, or they just prioritize other items. And Orchid is online. Okay, so this is the big moment for T1.
Yeah, they've got to do something with this. It's going to be its most potent as soon as they can do something. What on it? To find. Also Blink done on Forev, so both of their cores having these playmaking items done.
Yeah, and Miracle is getting close to catching up. He almost has Battle Fury finished. but he's going to be almost a full item behind Raven.
It's quite far behind, yeah. Yeah, an entire SMY. It really is that different right now.
Yep. And they spot it now. They see in your Dream mid. They see the Orchid picked up, and they're actually making an aggressive move.
They go with the Orchid and the lasso onto the Void Spirit, and that'll do it. But now the Hex into the duel. They're going to lose in your Dream for this. And they'll lose the fight overall, though. T1 with the cleanup. Miracle comes up and picks up the double on both Whitemon and Cuckoo. Very, very good. I mean, as we said, they needed to do something big with that Blink and Orchid. I think it went better than they expected. They kind of sort of went in just expecting the Void Spirit, but Geek Fam, they fought back. They went in for the co-op kill. Ends up giving away 2 kills to this PA.
Yeah, that was Geek Fam actually just walking into them. And they had vision. Yeah. They had the ward down there too. They actually saw the Queen of Pain. I think they even saw one hero behind him, but they made the aggressive move forward to go for it. Very crazy by Geek Fam there without Cuckoo near. If Cuckoo was closer to get the press the attack, maybe, but he was farming jungle up above. It's a little bit of disconnection, and T1, they do capitalize at least a bit. Yeah, and it's the Manta queued up after for Raven, so probably going to disassemble.
On mid.
Mid lane.
Oh, and they're going to try and turn, but Paulson in his Dream, they didn't straight away with the Sonic Wave, clipping onto both Zephyr and pushing back Cuckoo. Zephyr goes down. T1 getting these fights going exactly as they need to, K. Jumps in and jumps back out. Forev, lasso up in just under 20. T1 sticking around this mid lane, really trying to put the pressure onto this tower mid.
Really trying to force it while Tree is dead. Orchid comes out. They have a Eul's protecting Carl. He knows he's safe, especially with Cuckoo behind too. And they do defend the tower. Treant is back up. Living armor is out. They will heal that one up. A hold by Geek Fam. Raven still continuing, as we said, finishing up that Manta likely, especially because he saw the Orchid can disassemble. And they're actually looking for their own aggressive play. They have no figure, but they do have their duel. They're going to fly for the target.
Paulson, how's he going to come in? He's going to try and help out the bat. Forever pops the lasso, but the duel's there. As painful plays there from T1. Yokam's also got to be careful. K's on the hunt for him. But trying to commit back into that. The Yule's up. There's going to be a buyback from Paulson. He cannot save his Snapball. Can he? Yokam getting low. Great stun. Catches out onto the 3 of them. They turn onto Your Dream. Your Dream has to blink away. The Hex is up to Miracle. T1, they've chosen a terrible fight to take. As Miracle falls, Raven still chasing Paulson. He bought back for this one as well. As T1, a nightmare of an engagement there. As they tried to commit to a fight, and already from the beginning of it, it looked bad because they went in with their hook shot, their lasso, they lost that trade, but then they decided to continue to throw lives into it.
Oh god, and Raven, when he turns up to the fight for the first time, gets himself, what, 2 kills, cleans up an extra one, and now he has Manta done now. So he has the Sage, he's a disassemble into the Manta, he has no worry now for that Orchid that maybe was a potential to scare him. And that was godly by Whitemon. That 3-man stun, you see him dancing in the base right now. 3-man stun, gets the Hex on Miracle afterwards, just couldn't have played it better. And now he's identified, he's going back for 4-step versus that Clockwork. Yeah, this game it's really starting to show the potential of what Geek Fam can do. And Raven is just completely online.
Yeah, this 3-0-4 is definitely heading the right way on his KDA. You know, this could be another game where he just doesn't die.
I really don't think he's... It's such a dream anti-mage, as we said. There's just no disables for him. He has all the freedom in the world. Zephyr top will die to these two. Just some flack. Raven, though, doesn't care. He's like, all right, good job. I'll continue farming. Getting this absurd item timing. Level 19. He'll have Basher for the next fight, too. Oh, God. T1, how do you solve the anti-mage issue?
You gotta hope for the big crits from Miracle. Gotta hope that RNG's on your side. You know, that's one of the ways we do see PA sometimes pop off in games. But
or just try to
build. Yeah.
Try to isolate him. Like, I think they have to find him when he's doing his split pushing somehow. But it's so hard that now that he has Manta. He's just, like, look at this. He's gonna go so aggressive now.
He's just going straight in. He knows that he can. They haven't got any answer for him. I mean, and T1 they're going to be kicking themselves a little bit here, as they themselves have shown. You know, they know how to identify when a game is a free anti-mage game, as they did in game 1. Come game 3, they're having the same thing done back to them.
Yep.
You know, they know how powerful and how free a game can be when an anti-mage looks good. They've got to sort of look at back of that draft and sort of ask themselves, you know, could they have realized that they were setting up themselves the game to be such a great game for an anti-mage pick for...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, for Rev. Oh, Raven. There he goes.
Oh, Miracle's here.
Okay, Miracle's turned up. He's going to try and look for White Monitor in the BKB. Should be able to finish him off, but maybe Raven can help out. Turns up, has Bash to offer. Miracle's got to use the BKB to get away. Yocam trying with the Snapfire ult. Jump forward from K, lays down the Red and Red. Look at the two-man stun. Miracle's in trouble. He needs help. The Sonic Wave will push them back. Miracle will be saved for now. Raven still looking for an opportunity to get back in for it. Going with the lasso. He's in onto Inyudream. Inyudream's able to blink away, but the jewel's back online. Cuckoo grabs for him. In with the jewel into the finger. Cuckoo falls alongside Yocam. Sorry, 4F falls. And it's another fight where they just don't have the means to fight back into Geek Fam. Geek Fam can just dance around them like this. Miracle popping the BKB, doesn't even manage to kill off the Lion with the speed that this bash has come out on Raven. They've got answers to go through that BKB already.
Yeah. I don't know. This game feels it's just so tough. It's like we said, it's a snowball draft that T1 went for. If they don't snowball lanes super hard, it's inevitable that you're going to end up like this. Like, there's just no ways for you to slow down Raven. Like, they've gotten the 17 kills, which is great. But like you said, 0 of them on Raven. The rest of them are just flak. The whole entire game plan for Geek Fam is make space for this anti-mage, because he will take over and win the game by himself. And he has just a great backup of tools behind him. Level 22. T1, this team really feels like it's run out for them.
Oh. Whoops. Hook shot into 4Av. For whatever reason there. Quite sure Paulson was trying to actually get on top of anyone.
Dire's courier.
Courier.
What, mine? Just feeds his courier?
In your dream.
Whoa. In your dream, what the? Jesus.
I mean, he's got a BKB. He's got a BKB.
Yeah, he's Lion.
Sure.
Be careful, man. Those aggressive blinks. Oh yeah, I mean it's so difficult for them to just get the targets, because like 4F is just countered. We've seen the whole game. 046. He can't find good lassos, and it's not like it's just the AM. You know, we talked a lot how Raven has this free game, but the rest of his team has done fantastic. Like Cuckoo, he's eaten the deaths, and then Carl has had a great game on the Void Spirit. So it's not like
Dire are scanning.
This is not per T1.
But it's good. But he dropped. Why? I think.
No. Okay.
Dominating! Double kill! No. Unstoppable! Action, please!
And this is for, it's an elimination game. They're going to want to try and pull it out as long as they can. But the morale's got to have taken a huge hit, as it is just so hard to see any way that T1 can reclaim control of this game.
Top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I mean, it's just way too good of an anti-mage game. Even just a fantastic Void Spirit game. Just everything for Geek Fam is just, it's just looking great. It's just looking real nice from the start of this game, from the way they set their lanes too, right? That tri-lane top to secure Raven's farm. They just moved the two supports around constantly afterwards. Cuckoo getting that decent lane bottom. Mid went well. Couldn't ask for more from Geek Fam, really, when they have this type of draft. When AM versus 0 stuns and they do well in the lanes, it's just picture perfect, really, even if they've died 17 times.
DD Rune as well here. Ready to go for potentially some game-ending plays. They're going to pass the bottle over to Raven. So next fight, Raven with a DD, ready to go with.
All right, Smoke with the DD, with the Abyssal. They're hunting. 30 minutes, bounty runes are available. They, of course, still have had full control of those outposts for a very long time. Miracle will dodge away. You see the item choice by Miracle, by the way. He knows. Even
he's got to.
Just needs damage. Yeah, he's got to go rapier. I mean, they won't have the way to actually control people, though. They're still sure, he might have some decent damage, but I feel like Target's just still just gonna walk away from him. It's not like he can do anything about that, though. So I think this is the only choice that he really can go for in the game.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he gets the rapier, you know, just to give this game a little bit more balance. But I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. He's still got 3k gold to farm for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is he actually going to get the chance to finish it off? I mean, for the viewers out there, I hope he does. But it doesn't look good for him right now.
I mean, for Raven, I hope he does, because then Raven will kill him and take it. And then Raven will be like, wow, look at me. I have a rapier too on top of everything.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That is
very likely. Yeah, very likely to be the case when if he does ever get the rapier and turn up. Level 25 AM.
I mean, Raven could just blink in an Abyssal here. See how aggressive he wants to play. He could just dive in if he wants to. He's got the Aegis. Why not? They'll start poking. As you can see, Raven incredibly unfazed. We'll take the boosted magic resistance this game at 25.
Like we said, there's no physical damage besides the PA, so just eating all those spells, gets healed up, living armor as well. Repair kit on the tower, we'll slow it down. He gets solar crested, more damage for him. Cookie off the
They can't push him off. Yeah, they can't do anything to stop him. And KB, oh, he's in. He's in. He's going to start things off onto 4F. 4F does get glimmered in time. That will keep him alive. 4F able to live as Raven turns back towards the barracks. So
MKB.
much backup and protection, though. Let's press the attack as well, just tearing through the buildings. The mid-rags is gone. I mean, as you say, T1, they're just not defending. They're just hoping that Miracle can get the rapier before the game comes to an end. That is their only hope here right now. He's still, what, 1,700 gold away.
Yeah, and repair kit now having cooldown. He's actually put it in his dash too, so it's actually double the length of the cooldown as well. Not liking that by 4F too much, doesn't matter. Yeah, so we'll be able to get the quick jump on Jokam. Next set of racks. He'll have repair kit up in 50 seconds. I mean, he still has it in his dash. It'll take a long time to refresh, but
Radiant's
And how's the rapier forecast looking? 1,000 gold. He's actually not going to go for it.
He doesn't think he has time.
He says we can't get it before the end of the game. He's got to get something now if they're going to have any sort of shot at this one.
Yep.
They try for Raven. The lasso dragging it back into the Sonic Wave. Raven falling low. They take him out the once. And this is their BKB's committed for that though. For that Aegis, Miracle has to now back away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Raven, look at it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's the Cuckoo. It's good. It's called as Geek Fam will secure this game 3, and with that moving on as they'll take the series 2-1 as Raven for the second time this series has an untouchable game. 8-0-13 does not die at all. I mean, every game this series we had one of the carries